months ago, the New York Rangers started the season aiming to play through April into May. They've done that, and now their season comes down to one game against the New Jersey Devils, who started their season with the same goal, and now play the biggest game in the franchise's history. This tight back-and-forth series turned in the Rangers' favor when they won Game 5, with Mike Gartner's hat trick launching them to a 5-0 lead. Still, it took two late goals by Adam Graves to finally stave off a strong comeback by the Devils, who twice closed to within one goal. Then it was the Devils' turn to shine, with Peter Stastny scoring 2 goals. They evened the series with a win in Game 6. But the hard-hitting, emotional series showed its effect when an ugly melee followed the conclusion of Game 6. Now the Rangers and Devils play one game for the right to keep on playing in May. It's Game 7 tonight.
Rangers hockey is brought to you by Bud Light. Everything else is just alike. By Payne Weber. We believe our most important investment is an investment in relationships. And by the card, the American Express card. Don't leave home without it.
Welcome live to Madison Square Garden for Game 7 of the Patrick Division semifinal series between the New York Rangers and the New Jersey Devils. Hello, everyone, and welcome to New York Rangers playoff hockey. I'm Sam Rosen along with John Davidson, and it all comes down to one game. One team will be finished tonight for the season, and the other team will go on into the second round.
It's been a terrific series, Sam. You know, people have called it, newspapers have, the tunnel series. To me, it's been more like the roller coaster series. And we've seen the ups and downs of the emotions of the players, the fans, the coaches, almost shift by shift in this series, period by period. It's been thrilling, and I hope we see another thrilling one here tonight.
In a team game, it's hard to put the entire load, the entire weight on one player's shoulders, but one man who gets a lot of the weight and a lot of the pressure is Mark Messier.
Well, he's been in games where there's game number 7 played. He's been on teams that have won 4 times. He's been on teams that have lost twice, and this will be game number 7. He's had good portions in games, and he's had bad portions. This was a bad play. Lost the puck, led to a goal by Stastny. He's had great moments in this series against the Devils. It's in front, puts it in behind. A big goal. That was actually earlier in the season when he scored the 4 goals in the one game. Mark Messier is the man you love to go to war with in a game as important as this. He's won Conn Smythe trophies before for MVP in the playoffs.
For the New Jersey Devils, the key players have been Claude Lemieux, who has agitated Mark Messier and played well, and Peter Stastny at 35 is enjoying a revival in this series.
You know, most people thought Stastny would fade as the series moved along, especially if it was a long series. Well, it doesn't get any longer than this unless there was overtime, and he's gotten better. Lemieux has played terrific hockey. He has gotten it done. Both Stastny and Lemieux have had experience playing in 7th games themselves. In fact, Lemieux scored a 7th game winner in overtime to oust Hartford. There's lots of experience on both sides of the ice for this game.
And, of course, a big move for the Rangers tonight is to go back to John Van Beesbrook, who started the first 2 games.
Well, as I said in the pregame show, Sam, he wears sweater number 34. This will be his 34th game of playoff experience. He is the more experienced of the 2 goaltenders. And it's Roger Nielsen all season long. When the goalie's hot, he's played him. When he's cooled off, he's made the change. Van Beesbrook seems to be relaxed. He was told yesterday in the afternoon he went out and bought a barbecue. Something to do. He's ready. It should be a good game.
The excitement is mounting here at the Garden. We'll be back with Game 7 in just a moment. The last time a New York Rangers team played in a Game 7 was in 1974 at Philadelphia. They lost that game. The New York Rangers team has never won a 7th game. Tommy McVie, a lot of people thought he might not last the season. Well, he's done more than that. We are set for the singing of our national anthem. Let's go to center ice and John Amarante.
Oh, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly seen, and not in red above bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag is still there. Oh, say that red star spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free. And the home of the brave. John Amarante.
Well, as boxing referee Bill Blaine would say, let's get it on.
Showtime. If that doesn't get your motor running, nothing will. Chris Terreri, as usual, starts. Had a long session having his back worked on yesterday. Did not practice. He's ready to go. He's been great in this series. At the other end, number 34, John Van Beesbrook. He was told by the coaching staff yesterday he was able to practice. A little meditation for Van Beesbrook as he prepares.
He won game 1 and lost game 2. Mike Richter has played the last 4. He has lost only once in his last 17 starts at Madison Square Garden. Dan Maruelli is the referee tonight.
Working his first ever Game 7 in a series as he prepares to drop the puck, and here we go.
It is his 6th game in the first round. He's worked at Vancouver, Edmonton, Minnesota, Boston, Hartford, and now here in New York.
To mention right away that Fetisov is not dressed. He is out with a bad ankle as the game starts. Scott Stevens was with Fetisov as the pair. Will the Devils play 5 or play 6 defense?
Here's a chance for Messier and a save by Terreri. Seeger brings the puck out. Seeger, Stosny, and McKay starting for the Devils, not Lemieux.
Sam Conacher started on the left side. The Devils changed immediately, took Conacher off and put Seeger on.
And now Lemieux is on.
They've changed on the fly.
Steven shot saved by Van Beesbrook. Bukaboom misses. Seeger finds it. Lemieux gets to it with Leach on him. Leach, Bukaboom, Koser, Graves, and Messier for the Rangers. Puck behind the net. Dribbles into the corner. Seeger plays it. He's tied up by Leach. Now it's Lemieux toward the net. Knocked away with a blocker and out of the zone by Van Beesbrook.
So first step to the game, Tommy McVie tips his hand, tells you that he will change on the fly to get the Stosny line on the ice opposite Messier.
Gartner moving out of the zone, knocked away by Richer. Bukaboom sends it across. Leach sends it out of the zone. Nemchinov, Gartner, and Erickson on for the Rangers opposite Todd, Richer, and Bill Guerin. With Danico and Driver on defense. Terreri leaves it for Danico. Up the boards for Bill Guerin, and out of the zone it goes, where James Patrick goes to take it. Jan Erickson. Terreri stops the rolling puck. Plays it off the board. Stops at the line by Patrick. He keeps it in. Driver plays it. The chance of Let's Go Rangers goes up as Guerin tries to chip it out. Kevin Todd racing down. Patrick goes over, blocks the pass. Todd toward the net, save Van Beesbrook. Richer, the rebound is taken down, and a penalty call.
You know, Nemchinov did a great job back-checking to negate the 2-on-1 to make it a 2-on-2, but then he had to take the man down in front. First power play to the Devils.
Look at Mark Messier. He'll be on in a penalty-killing role shortly. Sergei Nemchinov in the box for tripping at 150.
You see, a 2-on-1 as the puck is not kept in by Hardy at the blue line. Now watch Nemchinov come right back on the left side, picking up his man. That's Todd. Todd will do a spinorama to get loose and go after the rebound. And there you see Nemchinov working, gets caught for tripping. Nemchinov with a great job back-checking, but got caught in front with a trip on a good effort by the young rookie Todd.
Devils 5 for 24 on the power play. Have Stosny, Lemieux, Stevens up front.
Watch Stosny on the draws. He's been real good.
Weinrich and Driver at the point. Gillen has been the most effective face-off man for the Rangers in this series. He won it, and the Rangers clear. Gillen goes off. Turcotte is on with Broughton, Leach, and Bukaboon.
What Gillen did there is all he did was pick up the stick of Stosny, so Stosny couldn't get the puck back, and then Gillen looked for support from his teammates to get control of the puck.
Van Beesbrook stopped the puck, fired it around. Stosny blocked it. He's tied up with Leach. Comes to the line. Is kept in by Weinrich. Played off the boards by Stevens. He centers for Lemieux. It's blocked, and a save by Van Beesbrook. And a steal. Turcotte races in. Darren Turcotte fakes. He scores!
Oh, what a save by Van Beesbrook. He kicked the puck out with his left foot. It would have been 1-0 Devils on the power play, but Van Beesbrook got it done. Watch Lemieux in front. Watch the shot. Look at Van Beesbrook kick it out with his left foot. Now the Rangers think offense, and you'll see Driver make a bad play. Turcotte takes off, and with his speed, he breaks in. He put the puck off of Terreri as Terreri's going down. Watch Turcotte's head. His head is up. He's looking. He waits to see what the goaltender's going to do. And put it underneath. 1-0 Rangers, their third shorthanded goal in the series.
Messier had the other two. Rangers take the lead 1-0. Darren Turcotte's been nursing the score risk. He came back into the lineup in Game 6. He's had trouble shooting, but that was a great move.
You wonder if that's why he didn't shoot and decided to deke instead of shoot because of the risk.
Rangers clear it down. Messier, Graves, Patrick, and Hardy on for the Rangers. Stevens has the puck. He's back playing the point with Todd, McKay, and Riche up front. Bruce Driver sends it in. With 45 seconds to go in the double power play, Hardy clears. Turcotte, second of the series. It's unassisted, a shorthanded goal at 2:30 to give the Rangers a 1-0 lead. Scott Stevens for Kevin Todd. Van Beesbrook out to stop it. Back up the board. Messier able to take it out of the zone with Erickson wide right and Leach joining the rush. Messier for Erickson, and it just went wide. All the way through. Kevin Todd back the other way. Over skate. So does Riche. Messier gets to the puck. Stevens tries to clear. Erickson doing a good job against Riche along the boards. Final seconds of the Devils power play. Lemieux leading Stosny, gets it back. Save Van Beesbrook. Teams at full strength. Seeger to Stosny. Back to the point man. Albaline shoots. He scores! Tommy Albaline ties it with the long shot.
First shift of the series for Albaline. He's on the ice because Fetisov is out with the ankle injury. The puck came back to him, and did he ever rifle a shot that Van Beesbrook didn't see? Went over the shoulder. It went up high on the catching glove side of Van Beesbrook. The puck is moved back. Albaline with a smart play, and you see the puck. Van Beesbrook doesn't even react until it's by him. Albaline, when he got the puck, took a stride backwards. Look at this. To get a better shooting angle, and right over the shoulder, top corner. I don't think Van Beesbrook saw it. And the Devils again come back to score after the Rangers score. And they've done that a number of times in this series. That certainly has to settle Albaline down, who again has not played in this series until that shift, and he scored.
First career playoff goal for Tommy Albaline. We've played a little over 4 minutes, and the game is now tied again. 1-1 the score. Driver turns, sends it around for Stosny. It's past him. Patrick takes over.
You see the Devils changing on the fly here to get Stosny's line off the ice because Messier's not out there. It's the Nemchinov line on the ice for New York.
Nemchinov, Gartner, and Erickson. Erickson tries to get it to Gartner. Erickson has it again, looking for Nemchinov. He has it. Fires, and it's knocked aside by Terreri. Hardy keeps it in. Around the boards, Nemchinov. Patrick keeps it in. Erickson looking for it. He ties up Bill Guerin and takes the puck away. Guerin catches up. Erickson tries to keep it alive. Driver goes to it. Knocked down by Gartner. Gets it to Erickson. He's hit by Danico. Gartner goes after it. Up the board, kept in by Hardy. Off the stick of Erickson. Nemchinov into the corner. Tied up with Driver. Nemchinov still has it. Looking. Hardy cuts to the net. Nemchinov ridden out of the play. The Devils break out. Danico sending it across to Bill Guerin. Lost control. Patrick sweeps it aside. 14:40 to go in the first. 1-1 the score. Picked up by Jay Wells. And the Devils have it back. Weinrich getting away from an on-charging Turcotte. Seeger gave it away to King, who played it in the corner and chases with Seeger. Weinrich to Stosny. Stosny comes out with Seeger and Guerin. Guerin drops it in, goes off. Claude Lemieux coming on. Rather, Tom Chorsky comes on.
They're keeping us guessing, aren't they?
Right. Chorsky with a good check. Stosny has the puck against Wells, puts it in front. It slides all the way through. 6 minutes gone by in the first period. Albeline got the Devils goal from Stosny and Seeger at 3:58, and that tied it. Offside is the call. 13:57 to go in the first. A big night on MSG Network. Besides tonight's Game 7, Rangers and Devils, the Knicks and Pistons are playing Game 4 of their playoff series, best of 5 on MSG2, and the Twins are playing the Yankees on MSG3. And we thank the local cable channels and the New York Yankees for accommodating us during this very difficult time, and a great effort on everyone's part to get all 3 games on MSG Network. Leach moves it up the boards. Amonte fires out to Graves. Amonte's first shift. Bouncing puck at the line. Graves tied up by Albeline. Moved ahead by Amonte. Messier tried to get it back to him. Seeger's got it. Now Stosny. Stosny brings it across. Looks around. Drops it off. Seeger moving in. Shooting. Save Van Beesbrook. Leach plays it.
So far, the Devils doing a very good job changing on the fly.
Stosny dropping it to Lemieux, and it's knocked out of the zone.
It's interesting, Stan, the Devils just changed their defense and put Kasatonov, as usual, on the ice for the Messier line, but they put Albeline on the ice with him. And that's something that's interesting because he just hasn't played a lot. And that's kind of a pressure situation for him, I would think.
Messier carries in. Working against Claude Lemieux. He centers, deflected by Graves as he was taken down on the play. Work along the boards. Wells holding up Bill Grain. Sorella's got the puck. 12:50 to go, first period. 1-1 the score. Turcotte and Albeline the goal scorers. Terreri kicks the puck away, and it's picked up by Tommy Albeline. And he moves it. And here comes Tom Chorsky. Wells goes over. Chorsky trying to ward off the check. Wells stays with him and rides him down. Domi on the ice for the first time with Gillen and Koser. Domi kicks it ahead to Gillen, who fires it out of the zone. Taken back by Weinrich. Devils move in. Delapukin slides in front. Domi picks it up. There's 12:15 to go in the first period. Terreri pushes it aside.
It took almost 8 minutes for every player on 2 teams to get on the ice. Right, they've all been on there now.
Battle continues. Patrick moving in. Patrick looking, trying to center. Tied up is Gillen. Koster was knocked down. Rather, Domi was taken down in front. Bill Grain working for the Devils along the board. Domi heads in. Patrick is there to work it free. Patrick looking, holding, looking, shooting. Save Terreri. 11:40 to go, first period. Bill Grain clearing it all the way down. Hardy chases the puck. Icing is called on the Devils, and play stops with 11:33 to go in the first period. 1-1 the score. And tonight's overhead camera shots are brought to you by Upper Deck Company. Nobody does hockey like Upper Deck.
Roger Nielsen has coached in 1 7th game in his coaching career, and that was for Toronto, and beat the Islanders out with Lanny McDonald scoring a big goal.
1978.
He said on Sal Messina's radio show before tonight's game that they were a rough team, tougher than the Islanders, and he said the Islanders after that series went out and got some bigger, tougher players, people such as Gordy Lane, and he said the Islanders have been a good team ever since. He says he feels partly responsible for the building of the Islanders.
For helping the Islanders win 4 Stanley Cups. Good job.
Oh, were those great teams.
Boschman sending it in for the Devils. Bounces around the boards and slides out of the zone. King working. Boschman sends it back in. Rangers have King, Turcotte, and Broughton with Leach and Bukaboom. Long pass to King. Offside. 2-line pass is whistled.
Sam, I said earlier about Albalane playing left defense with Kasatonov on the right side. And I mentioned how odd that was because they will play against Messier's line a lot. Messier, when he moves up the ice, always moves up ice on the right side. He's got a lot of speed. Albalane is a fleet-footed defenseman. He's quick, but he just hasn't played a lot. So that could be a key matchup in this game. Albalane, in getting the goal to tie the game up, certainly had to settle his nerves down.
Only played 3 of the last 16 regular season games. And this is first playoff game. Weinrich moves in with the puck. Plays it into the corner. Boschman, that should be a penalty on Boschman as he pulled down Patrick. Narowelli looks and calls Boschman for holding in the offensive zone, and the Rangers will get a power play. Boschman doesn't believe it. 10:48 to go. First period. Game tied 1-1. Boschman for holding at 9-12. Rangers' first power play of the game. And they have had 5 power play goals the last 2 games.
Patrick leans into Boschman, but Boschman grabbed a hold with his left arm and pulled Patrick down. Boschman wanted to work hard in forecheck. Unfortunate for him, he got caught. The Rangers go on the power play. They've been outshot by the Devils 7-3 to this point. The Rangers had the very first shot on goal, and that was the best save, I think, that Terrari's made, and that was the save off of Messier, and that was prior to the Turcotte goal.
Nemchinov, Turcotte, Gartner, Patrick, and Leach for the power play. Turcotte brings it across. Driver is there. Driver and Danico with Shorsky and Conacher. Patrick winds up and shoots. Save Terrari. The puck bouncing around. Gartner puts it in. He scores. It's a power play goal. Rangers gain control of that bouncing puck, John.
A special team so far for the Rangers. A shorthanded goal and a power play goal. Goal number 6 in 7 games for Mike Gartner. He's all alone. The puck is bouncing. Terrari just can't find it till the last second. And with Mike Gartner allowed to stand and not be knocked down, he's able to put the rebound in. The puck bounces around and went off of Nemchinov originally. And look how Mike Gartner has the time just to tap the puck over the goal line before he was ushered away. So both goals for the Rangers on their special teams.
6th goal of the series for Mike Gartner, and the Rangers now regain the lead. It's 2-1.
It's 3 goals and 1 assist for Gartner on the power play in this series.
Nemchinov with Gartner and Erickson. Nemchinov to the net. Nemchinov shoots it. It's kicked away by Terrari. Kasatonov with a hit on Nemchinov. Nemchinov works to keep it alive. Erickson to Gartner. The backhander is deflected behind the net. Nemchinov pokes it to Erickson. He sets up Gartner. He shanked it. He was falling down, a little off balance when he took the shot.
The best forechecking of the game so far has been the Nemchinov, Erickson, Gartner line.
Kroski drops to Stosny. Stosny against Patrick. Stosny looking to make a pass. Down the boards. Gave it away. Rangers take over. Hardy moves it. 9:35 to go in the first period. Rangers leading 2-1. Gartner sending it across, intercepted by Driver. Driver moves across with Kevin Todd. The drop pass. Todd tied up by Amante. Gets it to Driver. He shoots it wide into the corner. Lemieux takes it. Bukaboom lines him up and bangs him. Hardy picks it up. The goal, Gartner, his 6th from Patrick and Leach at 9:38. Amante moving in by himself. Centers, and it's taken by Seager. Seager moves out. Pass ahead for Laurie Boschman. Boschman with a drop pass to Seager. Back to Boschman. Now to Danico. His shot blocked by Amante. Amante breaks out. Gets the pass from Messier and hops over his stick. All the way down. This will be an icing. Danico touches. And play stops with 8:49 to go in the first period. Mike Gartner has given the Rangers the lead. Rangers bench alive after they've taken the lead on this goal.
Lots of time for Patrick to put the shot on goal. The rebound hit Nemchinov, as you saw there. He should get an assist instead of Brian Leach. It should be Gartner from Nemchinov and Patrick. It's still a power play goal for the Rangers. Now, the Rangers have gone through one shift since that goal. The Devils did not get a scoring chance. The Devils have shown amazing resiliency throughout this 7-game series in being able to score after the Rangers have scored.
Game 7 in Montreal. Matthew Schneider has scored for the Canadiens, who lead the Whalers 1-0. No score in the other games. Buffalo at Boston, Pittsburgh at Washington. 4 7th games being played in the Wales Conference tonight.
Randy Gillen with a defensive face-off win. He went to the bench for a change. Rangers using Gillen as much as possible for those defensive drives.
Broughton carries the puck out. And the next round for these teams, the Wales Conference teams, begins Sunday. Campbell Conference Saturday night with Chicago at Detroit and Edmonton at Vancouver. Boy, those should be good series. They're starting to build. Fans roaring. They wanted a penalty call.
There's a penalty coming up.
Rangers down in center ice. Narwelli going over. With Broughton down on the ice. Chorsky is there as well. In his own zone, he was bending over.
Chorsky gets the penalty.
Chorsky goes off. Broughton gets up slowly. Rangers already have a power play goal and have another chance right now. Broughton was roughed up by Chorsky at 12:02.
This is in the neutral zone. Broughton moves into Chorsky, and Chorsky will react here with a shot at the right cross to the kisser of Broughton, who drops down, drawing the penalty. There's no doubt in my mind Broughton takes a dive here, but it's a smart one. Chorsky reacts. Broughton fakes and draws the penalty. It's the 5th penalty Broughton has drawn in this series. Lemieux has drawn 5 for the Devils to lead their respective teams.
Discipline. And there was a retaliation penalty on Chorsky.
Remember this, the Rangers are now 6 for their last 10 on the power play in this series. Boschman took a penalty in the offensive zone, Chorsky in the neutral zone. The Rangers, Nemchinov, took their only penalty, and that was taking away a scoring chance from Todd in front of Van Beesbroek. A difference.
Messier, Graves, Almonte, Patrick, and Leach for the power play. Conacher, McKay, Driver, and Stevens for the Devils. All the way around. Messier moves in. Over skates. Conacher takes it. Stopped by Patrick. Good play. Feeds Almonte. Back to Patrick. Leach at the right point. Almonte down low in the corner has the puck. Now Patrick. Almonte turns. He shoots. Saves. Ferrari. Rebound. Score! Adam Graves! It's a power play goal! And it's 3-1 Rangers.
So the Devils are allowing the Rangers defense to work the puck on the power play. And once it was put in front, Almonte, along with Graves, got the job done for the Rangers. Look at the time the defenseman had. Patrick with a brilliant pass. It ends up a 3-on-2 in front with Messier on the left side. Graves picks up the rebound. And both power play goals, the Devils have not knocked people down. Graves is standing there all by himself. He beats Ferrari.
The key to victory in earlier games for the Devils. Here's Almonte moving in and shooting wide. Chris Ferrari has said not only has it been his goaltending, but it's been the ability of his defense to deny the Rangers second chances. The Rangers have scored 2 goals here on rebounds.
But I mean, they're not knocking people down at all, Sam. And that's out of character for them. They have a very good, strong defense, and they're just not knocking people down to this point.
Messier with a puck. Controlling, pulls it out of the zone. 6:55 to go in the first period. And the Rangers leading 3-1. Almonte's shot goes around the boards and is played by Stosny. Graves with his 3rd of the series, a power play goal from Almonte and Patrick at 12:33. Patrick with 2 assists. Hardy leads them Nemchinov. Patrick joins the rush and heads for the net. Steered aside by Ferrari. Nemchinov has it. Gartner goes in front. Pass blocked by Kasatonov. Comes out of the zone. Erickson was tied up with Seeger. Patrick recovers the puck. Fires it for Gartner. It's past him, and icing is called. No touch made by Gartner. Play stops. They're on their feet at the Garden. 6:19 to go in the first period, and the Rangers leading 3-1. Remember, when you're having good times with friends, use good sense and drink responsibly. Please know when to say when. A reminder from Budweiser.
Rangers fans enjoying a 2-goal lead. A shorthanded goal plus 2 power play goals says a lot about the Rangers special teams. Graves parks himself and draws 2 men to him. That leaves Amonte open. Then the Devils explode away from Amonte. Away from Graves, and he scores on the rebound. Well-executed power play goal. The Devils, remember, they've come back in this series. They've come back strong. It's very early.
The Rangers scored 12 power play goals in the regular season in 7 games against the Devils. Early in this series, the Devils did a good job of penalty killing. Now in the last 3 games, the Rangers have scored 7 power play goals.
Now, Randy Gillen's been thrown out of the face-off circle here against Todd, and Broughton will take the draw, and he hasn't taken many in his career, let alone this series, and he just ties up Todd, and Wells jumps in and finds a loose puck. That looks like the strategy for the Rangers on face-off. Tie the centerman up and get support from the outside to get the loose puck.
Ferrari stops it, plays it around the glass, bounces down. Devils come out. Kevin Todd gives it away to Chris King. Punched away by Danico. King sends it back in. Ferrari stops it, leaves it for Bruce Driver. He joined us late. The Devils without one of their top defensemen, Slava Fetisov, out with a foot injury, unable to go tonight. Wells clears the zone. 5:40 to go in the first period. Rangers with a 3-1 lead. Goals by Turcotte, Gartner, and Graves. Steal by Nemchinov. He shoots. Save Ferrari. Bounces down off the glass. Gartner moves it to Nemchinov. He chases down in the corner against Weinrich. Taken away by Weinrich, who clears the zone. Devils goal scored by Tommy Albaline. Devils move across. Vilgrain against Leach. Bukaboom goes over to move it. Rangers doing a good job of clearing the puck out quickly, where earlier the shots were 7-3 for the Devils. Rangers have had the last 8 shots on goal recorded. Zelapukin plays it across. Shot by Driver, stopped by Van Beesbrook.
Special teams can swing the momentum of a game quickly, and we've seen that with the Rangers getting the power plays, making them work, and getting the confidence. It's getting higher and higher. It changes the complexion of a game.
Rangers call for icing with 4:42 to go, first period. New York Rangers hockey is brought to you in part by Mitsubishi, bringing you a full line of award-winning automobiles. Mitsubishi, the word is getting around.
Another defensive draw for the Rangers. They've been very good in their zone on draws. Now let's see if Tommy McVee's team can get this one as Boschman gets ready. Let's watch and see if the Rangers, Gillen lifts. Oh, I'm sorry, we got a 1-0 Pittsburgh score.
Pittsburgh has taken a lead in Game 7. They have won the last 2, and in Montreal, the Canadiens now have a 2-0 lead on the Whalers.
Let's see if Randy Gillen, taking the draw, lifts up the stick of Boschman, and then the Rangers come in for support. It seems as though that's the way things have gone. Now, Marawelli's over here talking to McVee, but there's been some complaints regarding line changes. The Devils have to change first, and then the Rangers have to change after that. And the Rangers had about 10 players on the ice, very slow in making their change. McVee calm here talking to Marawelli. Read an article on Tommy McVee yesterday. He was saying of the other 21 coaches in the league, he thinks Al Arbor is the top of the list. Not a bad choice.
Oh, that's good reason.
He also said that he had a chance to coach the Devils way back in '83 and '84 and said no. He would rather develop young players in the minors at that time. See, Marawelli just had his hand up telling the Rangers no more changes as the jockeying goes on now between the coaches. Watch for Gillen on the draw and see what he does.
Gillen with Koser and Domi for the Rangers. Rangers control. Patrick moves it around the boards for Domi. Stevens on with Weinrich, Boschman, McKay, and Conacher. Weinrich. Now Boschman. Conacher tipped it ahead, but Koser took it away. Rangers control. Hardy sends it across to Koser. Up the boards for Domi. Domi fell down. Weinrich Wheeling away from Koser, has the puck with 4:10 to go in the first period. Rangers leading 3-1. Pat Conacher across. Big shot. Goes wide. Around the boards. Kept in by Boschman. He's tied up with Gillen. Lifted clear by Domi. Bounces down. Koser is tied up with Stevens. Kasatonov moves it to Conacher and on to Randy McKay. Both teams change. Rangers go back for the puck. Nemchinov. Now Brian Leach. Tipped ahead by Erickson. He's tied up with Albaline. And Kasatonov moves the puck.
Every shift this Nemchinov line has had, they have worked the puck deep in the Devils' zone here in the first period. They're doing it again.
Gartner. Now Erickson takes it. Out to Leach with room. He shoots and it's blocked. Caroms across to Erickson. Backhander goes wide. Chased down by Gartner. Stosny on him. Now Nemchinov. He's bumped. Taken down on the play. Terreri out to move the puck around. Bukaboom pinching in. Pass Stosny. Gartner gets to it. Gartner comes out of the corner with it. Gartner circling. Plays it back into the far corner. Nemchinov against Albaline. Gave it away to Kasatonov. But Erickson gets there. Erickson moves away from Stosny. Erickson keeps driving. Erickson still with the puck. Stosny stays with him. Now it's Gartner. Gartner against Kasatonov. Devils take it back. Lemieux. Lemieux brings it in against Leach. He breaks through. And a save by Van Beesbroek. Stevens' shot is blocked. Seeger's got it. Toward the net. Wide. Now some pressure by the Devils. In the corner. Boschman working against Leach. It's loose. Claude Lemieux gets to it. Looks. Fires back, but it's out of the zone. 2:20 to go in the first. Rangers a 3-1 lead. Devils have to clear out and get onside as Leach takes over.
And a brilliant move by Lemieux to get the scoring chance.
Leach. Shot by Amonte was blocked by Stevens. He takes over and moves the puck out. Claude Lemieux. Long shift for him. Lemieux. Big shot. Good save. Van Beesbroek, and he holds it.
You know, Lemieux didn't do a lot for that shift because he was in his zone taking care of the defenseman. The left defenseman, Brian Leach, the Nemchinov line just worked the puck deep, so Lemieux had strength left at the end of the shift and got himself 2 scoring chances, 2 good shots, and 2 good saves by Van Beesbroek. That tells you about Claude Lemieux. He's been in the penalty box in this series for 2 of the Ranger power play goals. He has 1 goal, a tying goal in the series. He's assisted on 2 game winners. He's been everywhere. Here he takes a good shot through a screen, with Brian Leach backing up, and Van Beesbroek showing a sharp save.
2:01 remaining in the first period in that game in Montreal. The second Montreal goal scored by Gilbert Dion to give the Canadiens a 2-0 lead.
They tell me that Dion's just a kid that whistles and he's happy to be around, feels no pressure, just plays the game. Like his old man, huh? Graves with a nice job winning the face-off over.
His old man, or you mean his older brother?
His older brother, yeah, pardon me.
Wait till I tell Mars what you said. Worked along the boards. Adam Graves against Kasatonov. Loose puck picked up by the Devils. Here's Claude Lemieux right back on. Hardy drives it back in. Rangers a 3-1 lead. 1:35 remaining in the first period. Stosny unable to clear. That was Seeger unable to clear. Messier against Kasatonov. It deflects over the boards into the crowd. 1:24 to go in this first period. And as we mentioned earlier, it's a special night on MSG Network. We have 3 games going on at the same time. This one here on MSG1. And the Knicks and Pistons in Game 4, their best-of-5 series on MSG2. And the Yankees have been so kind to open up our spot. And they've moved to MSG3. 212-465-4191. That's the MSG hotline to let you know where you can find the games that you prefer to watch. And we thank the Yankees. We thank the local cable systems for their cooperation with all these moves as we bring you baseball, hockey, and basketball.
Face-offs throughout the series, the Devils have won about 55% of them. In this game, however, Rangers in their own zone, and there's been 6 of them. Rangers are 6-0 in their own zone. There hasn't been many in the Devils zone.
Turcotte, who had the first goal, a shorthanded goal. He's on with Broughton and King. Turcotte, Gartner, and Graves have scored for the Rangers. 2 power play goals by Gartner and Graves. Albaline scoring for the Devils. Broughton turns a save by Terreri. The puck batted down. Played by King, but he Riche brings it out with Kevin Todd. Leach and Bukaboom back. Bukaboom plays the puck. Kept in by the Devils. Todd shot blocked by Leach. Leach looking for it. Bumps Todd. Less than a minute to go in the first period. Lead for Turcotte. Carries in. Offside. Broughton was on the blue line. He lifted his left leg. His right leg was in the zone. Offside.
Looked like a flamingo who picked up the wrong leg.
Right.
Good call by the linesman and making the call. Rangers have not made any of their blunders that they've made throughout the series in turning the puck over at the blue line, allowing the Devils to counter quickly. A large number of the Devil goals in this series have come off of just flat-out bad mistakes by Ranger players. Not getting the puck deep, bad drop passes, bad giveaways, and credit the Devils for taking advantage of that. This period, it's been all Rangers special teams, a shorthanded goal and 2 on the power play.
Been a good start for the Rangers, but there's a long way to go, and the Devils have proven they're a team with comeback ability. Lead for Claude Vilgrain. Can't find the puck. Demchinov has it. Gartner races in. Driver is there. They go into the corner, and both go down. Erickson. It should be by Stevens. There's a penalty coming up.
It should be on Mike Gartner. Mike Gartner went into Driver, grabbed a hold of Driver, and pulled him down. And I believe Mike Gartner will get the penalty. It's very similar to what Laurie Boschman got called for earlier in the first period. And it looks like Mike Gartner's heading to the penalty box.
An offensive zone penalty. Driver is slow getting up, but the Devils will get their second power play chance of the game with 32.6 seconds remaining in the period.
Now watch Mike Gartner see the puck go into the corner. He'll grab a hold of Driver with his right arm.
Yeah.
Reach right in with his left arm and right arm and pull Driver down. A good call by the official. Boschman and Gartner, I think, when you really analyze the penalties, both bad penalties to take in the offensive zone.
Gartner for holding at 19:27. Marawelli with a good look and the good call. And the Devils go on their second power play. They're 0 for 1. Demchinov, Erickson, Leach, and Bukaboom for the Rangers. Driver, Kasatonov, Stasny, Seeger, and Lemieux for the Devils. Devils' goal came 8 seconds after their power play expired. Albaline shooting from the point. A rising shot and over the shoulder of John Van Beesbrook. Erickson. 5 seconds to go in the period. Erickson carrying in. Boy, as he has some period.
That line. Demchinov and Erickson penalty killing, but the line. Erickson, Demchinov, and Gartner. Incredible work habits in the offensive zone during period 1.
The crowd cheers the Rangers. 1 period complete. The Rangers leading the Devils 3-1 here in Game 7. The Rangers heading off, but as I mentioned, it's a good start. There's still a long way to go. The Rangers with a solid first period, 13 shots on goal. At one point, they were being outshot 7-3, but they turned it around effectively with their power plays. Bruce Beck with Chris King. Let's go to Bruce right now.
All right, thank you very much, Sam. Chris King in the game here at the Garden, Game 5 the other night. Rangers had the big 5-0 lead, squandered it before hanging on to an 8-5. How do you tonight guard against the Devils making a comeback?
We just play our game, 60 minutes. I mean, there's no tomorrow. We got to play our best game for 60 minutes tonight. If we get up, we're going to keep coming, keep coming.
Early in the series, the Rangers were peppering Terreri from long range with snapshots and slap shots. Tonight, you're going to the net much more, looking for rebounds. A conscious effort?
Definitely. I mean, he's been the reason why we're in 7 games. He's played unbelievable. And, you know, no goalie can stop 3 shots. So, I mean, you get the puck at the net, which is one of our plans. We're going to get there. We're going to put the rebounds in. It worked 3 times already.
All right, how did the Rangers feel tonight, making the goalie change, going to Van Beesbrook instead of Richter?
We have 2 great goalies. They proved it all year. I mean, we play the same in front of who's ever in net. There's a lot of pressure on Beezer, but first period's any indication he's ready to play, and we're happy for it.
Good luck.
Thanks for that, Bruce.
Rangers with the lead by a score of 3-1 at the end of 1 period of play. We'll take a short break. We'll come back with MSG Sports Desk from the Garden in a moment.
Back at Madison Square Garden, Sam Rosen along with John Davidson and Bruce Beck. Rangers a 3-1 lead, and it all began with a shorthanded goal, John.
Darren Turcotte, after a big save by John Van Beesbroek, moved up ice. The game was scoreless. This was the start of the Rangers showing that their special teams would have a direct effect on this game. A shorthanded goal, and the Rangers were on the board. A nice play by Darren Turcotte.
Then Adam Graves gave them a 2-goal lead. Take us through it, John.
Oh, this is a goal. When we see Patrick back at the point, when he gets the puck from this direction, what he tries to do is draw forwards out to him. Monty will move the puck out, and you'll see, if you hold it here, how both forwards for the Devils have moved out. Now, this leaves 2 Rangers and only Bruce Driver here. If Patrick can get the puck through into Monty, the Rangers will be in good shape. The pass is there. Now we hold it. You'll see how it's a 2-on-1. The shot's on goal. The Devils have to release over here because that stick belongs to Messier. Graves is left alone. The 2-on-1. Driver can't find the puck. Rebound, a power play goal for the Rangers. Nice pass from the blue line by James Patrick.
James Patrick with 2 assists in the first period. Rangers have a 3-1 lead, and we'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back. The first period scoring summary is brought to you by Amtrak's Metroliner service. 16 departures to downtown D.C. every business day. Turcotte, a shorthanded goal at 2:30 unassisted. Albaline tied it at 3:58 from Stosny and Seeger with a point shot. Then power play goal by Gartner at 9:38. Power play goal by Graves at 12:33. Rangers out shooting the Devils 13-10. Rangers are 2 for 2 on the power play. Devils are 0 for 1 and will start the second period on the power play. Rangers heading back onto the ice. We'll be back to start the second period in just a moment. Teams are back on the ice, and we are getting set to start the second period. The goal by Mike Gartner, his 6th of the series, ties a New York Rangers record for most goals in a series, which had been held and is now co-held by Bruce McGregor, who scored 6 against Montreal during the 1974 playoffs.
Bruce McGregor, a member of the management with the Edmonton Oilers, who have had a terrific run in the second half of this season and beating Los Angeles in 6 games. Mike Gartner is in the penalty box as we start the second period.
His time remaining in his holding penalty. Devils on their second power play of the game. Tommy McVie trying to get his guys to mount another comeback.
This is a very big minute 27 seconds to start the second period of Devil power play time as Stosny prepares for the Devils. Kevin Todd with a goal, 2 assists. He has the most points of any Devil on the power play, yet he doesn't start here in the second period.
Stosny, Lemieux, and Seeger up front with Stevens and Driver at the point. Nemchinov with Erickson, Patrick, and Hardy for the Rangers. Fired around by Nemchinov, kept in by Driver. Stosny along the board. Has the puck now. Got it from Seeger. Seeger goes over. Has the puck. Tried to get it to Stosny, but Hardy got in between them. And it's cleared by Erickson. Good play by Hardy. And the Rangers able to work it clear. 50 seconds remaining in the power play. Seeger brings it across. Pass tipped by Turcotte. Cleared by Leach. Turcotte and Broughton have come on for the Rangers. Stevens back for the puck. Forced by Broughton. Moves away. Now Stosny brings it across with Lemieux. Drops to Lemieux. Moving in. Lemieux looking. Pass back to Driver. Turns. Pass to Stevens. Back across. Shot by Seeger. Save made. Now it's Driver to Stevens. Stevens looking. Gets it. Try to get it to Lemieux. It bounces down off the glass. He's hit. Shot by Stosny. Saved by Van Beesbroek. And it's cleared by Leach.
2 big saves by Van Beesbroek on the Devils power play. Both by Stosny as the Devils move it very well. Van Beesbroek the difference.
Final seconds in the power play. Randy McKay brings it across. Tied up by Messier briefly. Rangers back at full strength as Gartner is back on. Devils are 0 for 2 on the power play. 2-on-1. Graves and Messier with Albaline back. Graves for Messier. He scores! The penalty kill and a 2-on-1.
And goaltending by Van Beesbrook. He robs Stasi towards the end of the Devils' power play. Casatonov pinches. He gets trapped. It's a 2-on-1, and I don't know how the pass got through to Messier, but it did. And with Terreri playing Graves, he couldn't get back. Messier puts it in. How the puck got passed, I'll never know, but it did. Messier scores. The Rangers kill a penalty. They score first at even strength after it. Everybody in the building knew Graves was going to feed Messier. It's a natural thing to do. And somehow the puck got through.
Albaline, don't forget, is playing in Fetisov's spot. The injured Fetisov would have been on the ice at that time.
You have to remember that Fetisov plays 24 to 26 minutes a game on average in this series. With him not being in the lineup, that's a huge, huge loss for the Devils, and I think it's showing. The Devils look off balance defensively in this game.
Rangers are called for icing. Messier gets his 4th of the series from Graves and Gartner at 1:40. Graves has a goal and an assist. Gartner has a goal and an assist. The Rangers' big players are coming up big. Mark Messier giving the Rangers a 4-1 lead. In the first period, Messier played 7 minutes 5 seconds. Brian Leetch played 9 minutes 30 seconds.
That's an average for both players. Leetch will play, if necessary, 27, 28 minutes. So 9 minutes in the first. That adds up times 3 to that same range. The Rangers make a change here to put Messier's line on the ice against the Kevin Todd line. Will the Devils continue to change on the fly, even though they are down by 3 goals? It'll be an interesting strategy for McVie.
And Graves is taking the faceoff. Messier has not had a good series on faceoffs. Only won about 28 or 29%. Now Graves is chased, and Messier has to come in. And he'll go against Bill Guerin.
Messier puts his left hand over, so he's trying to draw the puck back. He does it easily.
And he wins to Bukaboom.
By far the best game of the series for the Rangers with defensive draws.
Leach moves it to Bukaboom, and the Devils forechecking, but the Rangers able to move it out. Danico playing it across. Intended for Guerin. Leach is back for it. Now it's Bukaboom. Almonte. Danico is on with Casatonov. Put in front past Messier. Picked up by Almonte. He's hit by Danico. Good check. Graves gets to the puck. Keeps it alive. Trying to get it back to the point. It was blocked. Messier centers. Graves turns. Scores! And it's 5-1 Rangers.
Are controlling the board. Almonte was hidden behind the goal, but the Rangers continue to work to find the puck. And Graves just slingshotted the puck through the screen of Casatonov. Terreri didn't see it till the last second. Messier sets up Graves. The screen, the puck's underneath Terreri's right leg, and the Rangers are rolling.
The Rangers have scored 10 goals on Chris Terreri in the last 2 games here at the Garden.
Diamante, he got nailed. He took the check. The Rangers kept the play alive. Messier was involved. That's called cycling. When the Rangers go round and around in a corner of the ice, they did so and did it effectively. Rangers are rolling.
Nemchinov tied up with Stasi. Hardy moves the puck all the way out. This will be an icing. Stevens back to touch. The whistle stops play. 2 minutes and 57 seconds gone by in the second period. Rangers have scored 2 goals and lead by 4. Graves with his 2nd of the game, 4th of the series from Messier and Almonte at 2:38. And as we've been mentioning, a big night on MSG Network. Don't forget the Knicks Game 4 of their best-of-5 series with the Pistons is on MSG2. The Yankees and Twins are on MSG3. And we thank the Yankees for moving aside to allow the Rangers to be on MSG1. We thank all the local cable systems who cooperated during this night of a lot of sports action on MSG Network.
Are some of the ghosts of Rangers hockey past leaving. Rangers never have won a 7th game, but this is the first on home ice. They've had trouble winning big games in years past. This one is certainly not over, and it's a long ways from over, but they do have a 5-1 lead.
Bruce Driver, long shot. And it deflects up into the crowd and play stops.
It's one of the few face-offs the Devils have controlled in the Rangers zone. Now, Rangers in games past in this series have, in the majority of those games, have controlled first periods and have controlled a good portion of the game. Then they relax, and the Devils pick it up. The scenario is the same. Will the Devils pick it up? Neil Smith looks on. The general manager of the Rangers has to be content with what he's seen so far. But I guarantee you, he knows, along with Larry Plow, that there's 16:57 left here in the second period, and the Devils have shown a lot of comeback power in this series.
Neil Smith was very calm before tonight's game. He said, I think we're going to be all right. It's a big moment, a big, important game for this Rangers team. With so much expected of it. But throughout the season, they have risen to the occasion. And thus far tonight, they are playing an outstanding game and leading 5-1 with 16:30 to go in the second period. King goes back for it and pushes it to Jay Wells. Riche leaving it for Todd. Todd gets knocked down by Broughton. Sorella plays it to Wells. Korsky forechecking. Wells clears the zone. The line of Messier, Amonte, and Graves thus far has 7 points. This was the line that came in for a lot of criticism, going opposite the Stosny-Lemieux-Seager line in Game 6.
It's a 5-1 lead here, and Domi and Koser on the ice for the Rangers. First shift of the second period. They've got to make sure they play smart. They have no reason to take a bad penalty to open the door for the Devils.
Sorella up the boards for Domi. Goes cross ice to Koser. Gillen goes down the middle. The shot deflected across. Domi fires it glove side of the net by Terreri. Decides to cover up. With Domi heading for the net and play stops.
This line was the best line, I think, in Game 6 for the Rangers. Domi, Koser, and Gillen, they were very, very good throughout the game. Not a lot of ice time, but played well. And Domi made a smart pass to Koser to set up a Koser-Gillen 2-on-1 during this shift.
Joey Koser. 15:34 remaining in the second period.
The Rangers today looked at a tape of some of the highlights for their team of the series, and it was put together by assistant coach Colin Campbell, who does a real good job with those things. And it was put to the music of the song called Pressure by Billy Joel. And that song, if you're familiar with it, Pressure is the name of this game, right. Game 7. Plus, it's a very upbeat song.
Messier in to take the face-off, but it's won by Boschman. Played by Scott Stevens. He's tied up. Puck moved up the boards. Messier with a bump on Conacher. Conacher trying to clear the zone, is able to do it. Sent back in by Bukaboom. Terreri leaves it for Scott Stevens. Randy McKay. Tipped by Amonte, coming back, picked up by Conacher. Conacher ridden down by Amonte. Bukaboom fires it down. Driver. Graves all over him. Devils move it. A little over 5 minutes gone by. Second period. Rangers leading 5-1. Centered by Boschman for Conacher. Bukaboom ties him up. Takes him into the corner. Boschman moves in. Messier is there. Messier wraps him up. Puck is loose. Conacher is there. Boschman kicks it into the circle for Lemieux. Graves looking for it. Leach looking for it. And Graves able to clear the zone. Scott Stevens. Now Claude Lemieux brings it in. Takes the shot. Van Beesbrook to save. Leach to the rebound.
At least 5 shots in this game for Lemieux.
Bukaboom lifts it out of the zone and is batted with a high stick by Amonte. If Messier touches it, the whistle will stop play. And the whistle does stop play. An icing has been called. 14-12 to go. One of the Rangers is down. Maybe.
I didn't see what happened. I was watching the icing play where Messier was trying to get to the loose puck. He didn't get there. It might be Mark Hardy who's down as Lemieux comes in from behind, a little shove, and Hardy tries to draw a penalty. That was a shove by Lemieux, and it was dramatic by Hardy to try and draw the penalty.
Play stops. No penalties called on the play as Hardy gets up slowly. 14-12 to go in the second. Rangers leading 5-1. Hardy is okay. He is staying on.
Yeah, he should be okay. It was a little shove from behind, trying to draw a penalty from that man, Claude Lemieux. One thing about Lemieux, he's had at least 5 shots, as I mentioned, 2 good ones in this game. And I think Lemieux, along with Stastny, have been about the only 2 forwards for the Devils who have really had the good offensive chances.
Stastny wins the face-off. Kasatonov moves in with a puck. Centers, but Patrick is there to take it. Lead for Gartner, going one-on-one against Albaline. Gartner turns for the pass toward the net. Knocked down nicely by Lemieux. Good play coming back. Sends out Seeger. Now it's Stastny. Patrick is there. Stastny for Lemieux. It's into the corner, and Hardy bangs with Lemieux. Patrick takes a hit from Seeger, moves the puck up the board. Kept in by Albaline, but Gartner brings it out. Trying to get it to Nemchinov, but Albaline blocked it. Kasatonov with Nemchinov on him. Gartner looking for it. Works it free, but it's taken back by Lemieux. Now Seeger, 13:30 to go. Second period. 5-1 Rangers. Seeger lost control. Wells is on him. Centering pass blocked. Van Beesbroek covers up in the crease.
With Van Beesbroek covering it up, you think that he should do that. It's a good play. With the Rangers being so strong with their defensive draws, there's no reason why Van Beesbroek should try and force the play to keep it going. Mark Hardy showing some effect, perhaps, from that push to the back. It did not look like, to me, it was much of a hit. It may be more of this hit that's bothering Hardy. He really gets into a big collision here with Lemieux. Big collision. Lemieux is about 220 pounds. Ooh, Hardy tried the left rabbit punch to the head and missed Lemieux. Mike Gartner trying to hold Lemieux up here as the Devils head through the neutral zone. See, Lemieux starting, it appears, to do little things like pushing Hardy from behind. Will he try and draw a penalty by doing that? That's part of Lemieux's strategy. He's very good at it. You can't get caught up with his way of thinking.
Around the boards, Shorsky gets to it. Shorsky on with Zelapukin and Vilgrain, and a penalty called. Shorsky taken down. Wells will go off.
One hand on the stick, a holding call as Shorsky drove towards the net.
Devils get a power play. 13:11 to go, second period. Wells for holding at 6:49 gives the Devils their 3rd power play of the game. They're 0 for 2.
You'll see the position established by Shorsky, and Wells reaches out as he pulled Shorsky down, not much doubt, and the Devils go to work.
Graves on the face-off against Stastny. Stastny, Lemieux, and Stevens up front. Weinrich and Driver at the points for the Devils. Graves and Messier with Leach and Bukaboom for the Rangers. Lemieux, the shot blocked. Leach can't clear. Driver able to knock it down. He shoots. Save Van Beesbroek. Rebound Lemieux. Tied up with Leach. Van Beesbroek covers up.
Now, there's a classic difference between the two teams as the power play works for the Devils. In this game only, not previous games, but this game only, the Rangers did not allow any Devil to be wide open in front of Van Beesbroek to get to the rebound at all. Big difference.
It's 5-1 here in Game 7. We've got an update from other games. Let's go to Bob Page at the MSG Sports Desk.
Sam, at the Cap Center, Mario is at it again. On the power play, watches Lemieux passes out to Jaromir Jagr. He beats Don Beaupre to put Pittsburgh ahead of Washington. 2-1 second period. Back to you.
Thanks, Bob. Mario Lemieux, what a great player, and he has just been tremendous.
Now in front, look at Bukaboom pick up Stevens. Stevens can't get loose, gets somewhat frustrated, and that certainly shows you that the Rangers are playing smart in front, tying up Devils to this point on the Devils power play.
Stevens brings it across. Offside Devils. Minute 40 to go in the power play. 12:51 to go in the second period. With the Rangers leading 5-1. Turcotte, Gartner, and Graves scoring in the first period. Messier and Graves here in the second. Albaline, the goal for the Devils.
This is day number 14 of what could be 56. Going for the Stanley Cup, and has it been wild around this hockey league or what?
That's the thing with as good a series, as intense a series as this has been, physical, a lot of pressure, high-intensity games. This is only the first round. Put in front and tipped by Driver. Played by Seeger around the boards. Messier is there. Lemieux on him with a good hit. Leach knocked down by Stevens. Feed to Seeger. And he tried to slide it in front and was smothered by Bukaboom. Graves has the puck. Seeger on him. Graves falls down, tries to cover the puck, and he does, and the whistle stops play.
Good play by the Devils, but they didn't finish. I think it was Scott Stevens who kept the puck in the zone, getting it ahead of Graves. And then Seeger decided to make an extra pass instead of shooting. Watch as the puck goes out of the zone right here, but it's kept in by Stevens around Graves. Great pass, no shot. Boom pulled it in with his hand and then pushed the puck away before he was given a penalty for falling on the puck. Watch Boom use his entire reach and block the pass. Watch him pull a puck in. He'll reach out with his right hand, pull it in, and then out through the legs it goes. It's an egg. No, it's a puck.
That's a new move. 1:17 to go on the power play for the Devils. The point man is Scott Stevens. Sets up driver. His shot. Save Van Beesbroek. Along the boards. Devils work and keep it in. The pass by Kevin Todd is blocked by a sliding Mark Hardy. Richer shoots a 6 save by Van Beesbroek. Along the boards. Kevin Todd to Scott Stevens. Now driver. Down low for Todd in the corner. Can't handle it. Patrick knocked down from behind by Richer. And Patrick's on top of the puck.
Devils' last two power plays, including this one, have moved the puck real well. Getting some chances. Richer missed from a bad angle. This is driver on the puck. As the puck is put deep, Patrick will go for it, and Richer will push him from behind, knocking him down. And that caused Patrick to miss the puck. And Patrick smartly pulled it in and didn't get caught with the referee behind him on the other side of the ice. He does not see from the referee's angle Patrick pull a puck in.
Exactly 12 minutes remaining. Mark Hardy sits down next to Mark Messier. Mark Messier has had a goal and an assist in the game tonight. 48 seconds to go in the power play for the Devils. Randy Gillen and Kevin Todd on the face-off. Richer has the puck, sets up driver for the shot, wide, bounces out, and the Rangers get to it. Gillen able to clear.
The Devils' right defense is the man who takes the shot. Driver twice on that power play had the pass come across to him, and he shoots on the fly. That's a set design play by the Devils.
Driver blocked by Erickson. Stevens across with a shot. Save Van Beesbroek, and he covers up. Stevens gets knocked down.
Scott Stevens playing a strong second period here for the Devils. Took the shot, followed up, and the Rangers cleared Stevens away. Van Beesbroek has not allowed rebounds in this game. He's been real strong. There's the shot. Now watch Stevens drive to the net. Boom picks him up, knocks him off balance.
$18 shots on goal for the Devils.
Gillen comes out again for the defensive draw. Another look at the shot. Look at Van Beesbroek's positioning. No rebound. He has played with all his experience, played well. Stevens, you see the mammoth effort that he puts into his play, playing well again.
Todd and Gillen for the face-off. 24 seconds remaining. In the penalty to Jay Wells. Patrick gets to the puck. Fires it around. Good play by Richer. Wow, Richer blocked the clearing attempt, found the puck, and fired it into the crease. And Van Beesbroek made the stop. Great play by Richer.
You can see how, with the power play for the Devils, they've picked up their offensive play a little bit. They've spent a lot of time in the Rangers zone over the last 4, 5, 6 minutes. And they haven't had many real quality shots, but they're controlling the boards a little bit now in the Rangers zone. Gillen again for the defensive draw, and he wins it again.
A lot of time in the Rangers zone during this power play around the boards. Kasatonov missed it. Final seconds of the Devils power play. Albaline back for it. 5 seconds to go on Wells' penalty. Wells is back. Devils are 0 for 3 on the power play. Rangers still lead 5-1. 11:05 to go in the second period. Kasatonov against Nemchinov. In the Rangers zone, Patrick goes back for it. Wells has stayed on. Rangers have 3 defensemen out there. Wells, Hardy, and Patrick. Wells sends it in. Now they all go to the bench as the Rangers change. Devils move it out of the zone, and Boom is back for it. Boom onto the stick of Nemchinov. Now it's Jan Eriksson. Pass tipped by Driver. Cleared out of the zone. Vilgrain slowed down by Boom. Nemchinov back for the puck. Around it goes. Lee chases. Tries to clear. Blocked by Chorsky. Then cleared out by Erickson to Gartner. One-on-one with Driver. Gartner cuts in. Driver blocks it. Erickson ridden into the boards by Danico. Devils move down. Chorsky's got the puck. Against Bukaboom. Driver didn't see it. A great pass by Chorsky. Centered by Driver. It's blocked. Vilgrain's got it. Vilgrain wrapped up by Bukaboom. Nemchinov has the puck and able to clear the zone.
Vilgrain took a Bukaboom stick in the mouth, in the face, and he's gone to the Devils bench. In fact, he's hunched over as he gets to the bench.
Rangers are called for icing, and play stops. Vilgrain to the bench. 9:55 to go, second period. Rangers leading 5. During this break, Midas reminds you, for breaks done right, nobody beats Midas. Nobody. Claude Vilgrain shaken up, a little smelling salt there.
Bukaboom and Vilgrain worked in the Rangers zone, and Vilgrain there took the stick of Bukaboom right below the nose, dazed him a little bit. You can see he had the smelling salts out to try and recapture and get rid of the cobwebs from the hit.
Messier looking for Amonte. Puck knocked down by Lemieux. Takes out Amonte on the play. Amonte goes down hard. He's shaken up. Lemieux roughed him up a little bit as they got entangled. Devils move out. Seeger. Seeger carries across. Weinrich to the puck. Seeger gave it away to Messier. Amonte's okay. Back in the play. He's hit again by Stevens, but the Rangers move down. Graves and Messier. Lemieux broke up the play, and Stosny's got the puck. Stosny, hounded by Messier, forced to turnover. 9:10 to go. Second period as Weinrich brings it across. Nobody there for the Devils. Patrick plays the puck. Lead to Amonte. Finds it. Brings it across against Driver. Pass to Messier. Back to Amonte. He shoots. Save Ferrari. Messier for Graves. It was tipped by Driver. Rangers changing. Almost got caught with too many men on the ice. Amonte was on the top of the ledge. On the bench. On his knees. To get off the rink and out of the play. Wells back to the puck. 8:40 to go in the second. Lemieux hitting everybody as he went off to the bench. He got entangled with Chris King. Richer moving in. Dragged down. Penalty called. Save Van Beesbrook.
You know, Chris King got nailed twice in front of the Devils bench. Once by Stosny and once by Lemieux, right in front of Maruelli. That's why he's upset. He kept his cool, didn't take a penalty. Then moments later, the Devils drove to the net, and they drew one.
King was upset with Claude Lemieux.
He kept his cool. First of all, he was punched in the kisser by Peter Stosny as Stosny was going off. Stosny's just punched King. Now watch Lemieux come over, give King a shot as he goes to the bench, and King kept his stick down, elbows down, and played it smart. Moments later, and this is a good play by Richer driving to the net, and Jay Wells couldn't reach in. Richer used his body to shield the defenseman, which is a smart play. Penalty called on Wells, and what's lost there is a save by Van Beesbrook. He held onto the puck again. Stosny there is picked up by King. There's the punch to the face.
Devils' fourth power play. They're 0 for 3. Randy McKay against Messier along the boards. Kept in by Driver. It's Todd, McKay, and Richer for the Devils. Big hit on Todd by Hardy. Patrick takes the puck. Taken away by Richer, and then it's knocked away from him. Graves fires it down the ice. Rangers have a shorthanded goal in this game by Darren Turcotte. 7:50 remaining in the second period, and icing is called on the Devils.
Good hit by Mark Hardy, and then a good recovery by James Patrick to stop Richer from a great scoring chance. Richer was right in front all by himself with the puck. Kevin Todd, who's played well for the Devils in particular on the power play, takes the hit here. He is driven into the glass and boards. Now watch in front. Maybe we won't see it, but James Patrick recovers very well to take the puck away from Richer.
Todd upset as Hardy got the forearm
was up, yeah. This kid's a good player. He's got a lot of guts. He plays hard. He plays hurt. Adam Graves got him with a slash underneath his left armpit after he scored in Game 6. and it injured his ribs. When he put his arms up to celebrate, he felt the slash under the armpit, dropped down, but he never missed a shift. He is a tough kid and a good hockey player.
Puck around the board. Stosny is on with Lemieux and Seeger. Seeger's pass gets to Lemieux. Pass back is blocked. Lemieux against Leach. Back for Scott Stevens at the point. Now it's Stosny. Looking. Holding. Boom is there. Into the corner, Lemieux. Seeger's in front against Leach. Scott Stevens winds up. His shot deflected off of Nemchinov. Lemieux behind the net. Seeger's in the crease. Now he gets out. Lemieux's got the puck. Leach on him. Kept in by the Devils. Good work. 35 seconds to go in the power play for the Devils. Stevens at the point. Keeps it in. Seeger along the boards. Boom goes over. Stevens at the point. Back to Seeger. Now to Weinrich. Long shot is Kasatonov. It came on for Weinrich. His shot blocked. Shot by Lemieux. Knocked aside by Van Beesbrook. Played by Stevens. Down the boards for Seeger. Now it's Stosny centering. Comes to the slot. And it hit the post. Kasatonov came close, but he hit the post. Here comes Nemchinov with Leach. 2-on-1. Leach shoots. He scores. A shorthanded goal. It's 6-1. Special teams for the Rangers have been brilliant tonight.
Oh, the Devils hit the goalpost. Watch Kasatonov. It may have hit Van Beesbrook and in the post. Now the Devils are trapped. What a pass. What a pass by Nemchinov to Brian Leach, the open side. And the Rangers score their fourth short-handed goal of the series. Their record for the Rangers is 5 in one series way back in '79. Look at this shot. Off the post and wide, and the puck moves up ice. The Rangers do take a penalty after this play, by the way. Here's the goal. Brian Leach with his third of the series. But Jeff Boom has taken a minor. And so the Devils will have 1 second with a two-man advantage, and then they'll have a power play to go to work with. I don't know what Boom did. It was back behind the play.
Flashing the call on Boom at 13:34. Brian Leach gets the goal. Nemchinov with the assist. Rangers 2 shorthanded goals, 2 power play goals. And they lead 6-1.
And their penalty killing has been excellent, especially here in the second period.
Wells went off for holding at 11:35. He's back on. Again, it's a 5-on-4 power play advantage for the Devils. Their 5th power play. Kevin Todd along the boards. McKay and Richer down low. Albaline and Driver, the point men. Turcotte, Hardy, Wells, and Patrick for the Rangers. That puck's deflected as Wells has come on and stayed on the ice. Richer in the corner working against Patrick. Randy McKay back to Tommy Albaline. Now it's Bruce Driver. Driver, hand of defense goes up. Driver at the line. Did he take it out? Yes, offside. And Driver goes back at Hardy, or rather at Wells, and knocked him down.
I don't think Marawelli is handing out a penalty at all. Wells goes straight off the ice, which is smart. He made that play up at the blue line. Driver didn't keep the puck in, and Driver reacted, knocking Wells down. The Rangers with 4 short-handed goals in the series. There's the play at the blue line. Driver is bumped by Wells and then knocked down by Driver was Wells. Wells just wanted to get off the ice before he did anything irrational like take a penalty or react to it. In 1979, the Rangers scored 5 shorthanded goals against Philadelphia, knocking them out. And I'll never forget Ron Greshner in that series and the magic that he had carrying the puck up ice. And he scored a couple of those shorthanded goals as the Rangers knocked the Flyers out.
Rangers have had only 4 shots on goal here in this second period. 3 have been in the net.
The puck's been in the Rangers zone the whole period. But the penalty killing's been unbelievable.
They've cashed in on the chances. Terreri gets the derisive cheer from the Garden crowd as he stops that puck. Van Beesbrook holds it, plays it up the boards, around the boards. Driver pinching. Leach gets there to clear. 1 minute remaining in the power play for the Devils. 5:25 to go. in the second period. Rangers 6, Devils 1. Graves clears. Leach with a shorthanded goal from Nemchinov at 13:34. Lead for Stastny. Van Beesbroek covers up. 39 seconds left in the power play.
Wasn't long ago on a play like that, Van Beesbroek would just try and fire the puck out of the zone, and perhaps not the best decision. Here he made the right decision. His team has controlled the puck well on faceoff, so he simply held on to disrupt the flow of the Devils' power play.
Rangers have been disciplined throughout the lineup. And they have not made a mistake.
Van Beesbroek was told yesterday that he would be playing. Well, what are you going to do this afternoon? I got to go out and buy a barbecue. Get out of the house, get your mind off things. Brian Leach went and saw a movie to try and get his mind off of things. The waiting is the toughest part for hockey players.
Stevens gets to the puck. The driver, pass back. Gillen and Erickson on. Gillen gets the puck and clears. 25 seconds to go on the Devils' power play. Kasatonov with the puck. Leach's goal, by the way, was his third of the series. Hardy back to the puck. Fires it past Vilgrain. Erickson tips it out. Final seconds of the Devils' power play, and the Rangers penalty killing superb. They killed off back-to-back power plays and scored a shorthanded goal. Teams at full strength. Devils are offside. Play stops. With 4:22 to go in the second period, they're on their feet cheering the Rangers. Tonight's overhead camera shots are being brought to you by the Upper Deck Company. Nobody does hockey like Upper Deck.
Right now, Bukaboom, Messier, Graves on the ice along with Amonte and Leach. Those three former Edmonton players last year beat Calgary in a 7th game in overtime. Bukaboom, Messier, Graves, a Tikkanen goal in overtime to win it. So they experience showing.
They have all contributed mightily thus far. Devils kept it in nose just across the line. Driver brought it back in offside. Messier with a goal and assist. Graves with 2 goals and an assist. Bukaboom has been very strong defensively, and Gillen continues to be the best face-off man the Rangers have.
And he's really showing his stuff in a big game. Mark Messier is wearing glasses now. He's got to learn how to wear contacts. They bother him, so he just goes without glasses or contacts in the games. Says he'll learn over the summer how to wear contacts, especially when you live down in Hilton Head and you play golf in the wind a little bit. It's like skating on the ice in hockey. The wind gets to your eyes, and when you wear the contacts, it's something to get used to. But getting a little older now. The old eyeballs are going a little, huh?
Scott Stevens, nice move into the zone. The shot stopped by Van Beesbroek. Messier moves it around the board. Just under 4 minutes to go in the second period. Scott Stevens. 6-1 Rangers. They led 3-1 into the first. And have scored 3 more on only 4 shots on goal here in the second period. Devils are out shooting the Rangers 23-17.
Been a special teams game for the Rangers from start to almost the finish of the second period.
Boschman turns backhander, deflects wide in the corner. Out of the corner, Chorsky. His pass off the skate, missed by Zelapukin, taken out by Graves with Amonte. Amonte picks it up, moves in against Stevens. Tries to hop past him. Stevens got the stick in to slow him down. Good play. And Boschman has it back for the Devils. Now King. Picked up by Driver. Van Beesbroek stops the puck for Joe Cirella. Cirella fell down. Back up, goes up the middle for Turcotte. Trying to get it to Broughton, broken up by Weinrich. Vilgrain goes to the puck. Under 3 minutes to go in the second. Now it's Weinrich. Vilgrain. Cirella is there. Vilgrain looks to make a pass behind the back to Weinrich. Weinrich centers all the way through. That shot going wide. Broughton trying to work it clear. Devils keep it in. Good play by Kevin Todd. Reached in, missed it. Wells plays it up the boards. It trickles out of the zone. Weinrich gets it from Kevin Todd, moves back in. Now it's Vilgrain, taken away nicely by Turcotte. And King moves down. Albeline gets back. King backhander saves Terreri, and he juggled it, stumbled a little bit. Albeline knocks down King. Fans roar, hoping for a penalty. The play stops with 2:15 to go, second period. New York Rangers hockey is brought to you in part by Payne Weber. We believe our most important investment is an investment in relationships.
At even strength, the Rangers making sure they don't give the Devils any 2-on-1s or 3-on-2s, what you call odd man rushes. The Devils, the team that has to take chances. They trail 6-1 here late in the second. They have to take the chances, and if the Rangers are smart, they'll be back and they counter. And they counter just like Leach did with a shorthanded 2-on-1 goal.
Domi, Koser, and Gillen on the ice. Stosny away with the puck. Stosny drops it in. He's on with Guerin and Conacher. Puck bouncing out past Danico. Driver goes over. Domi trying to get to it. Driver hounded by Domi. Good effort by Domi. Rangers send it in. Get onside. And Koser plays the puck. Guerin on him. Koser gets loose. Gets it to Gillen behind the net. Domi's in front. Gillen looking. Slides it into the crease. Saved by Terreri. Domi just missed it, then got knocked down. Gillen back behind the net, and Koser goes for it. Domi goes in front. Koser looks, and it's off Terreri again. And Seeger brings it out. 1:25 to go in the second period. Guerin taken away by Patrick. Guerin gets it back. Gillen picks him up. Now Patrick. Up the board, Danico keeps it in, blocked by Patrick. Danico shoots, score! May have been tipped in front by Bill Guerin. As the big forward was battling Mark Hardy, and it looked like he may have deflected it in.
The Gillen-Domi-Koser line really worked hard in the offensive zone, came close to scoring on a couple of occasions, and then the Devils got the puck in the Rangers zone. Guerin stayed outside the goal crease. Van Beesbrook was down on his knees because he couldn't see the shot. It may even have gone off of Mark Hardy's hand. I'm not sure. You see the shot. Hardy reaches out and somehow gets through the right side past Van Beesbrook. Guerin was outside the goal crease. A perfect screen. Van Beesbrook down looking for the shot, and it may have been tipped by Guerin in front, knocking down the puck past Van Beesbrook.
That's what I
thought.
thought.
Should be a good view of it. Yeah, let's say the puck was going wide. Oh, great deflection. Yeah. Wow. Hardy's hand was out. The puck was going wide. Hardy couldn't reach it, and Bill Guerin deflected the puck back in the goal. Great deflection.
Bill Guerin stepped into the lineup in Game 2 and has not come out. He's played very, very well for the Devils. Gartner shoots. Glove side of the net by Terreri. Play stops with 53.6 remaining. They're announcing the Devils' goal now. Albeline got the first goal on a point shot, and this one was a point shot from Danico that was deflected in by Bill Guerin, his third of the series. Danico the only assist at 18:49.
The last home game for the Rangers in this series, Guerin had 8 legitimate scoring chances in one game. Some people don't get that in the series. As new laces are being put into that skate.
Boston against Nemchinov. Boston won the faceoff. 50 seconds to go in the second period. 6-2, Rangers leading it. Conacher for Richer. Bukaboom. Out for Eriksson. Ahead for Nemchinov. Gartner racing toward the net. Loose puck. Eriksson and Shorsky tied up. It trickles into the crease, and it's gloved by Terreri. 31 seconds to go.
In a very slow pace, second period. A lot of stoppages in play. A lot of specialty teamwork.
Bruce Beck's special guest after the second period will be either Scott Stevens or Ken Danico, one of the two top defensemen for the Devils. And then Bob Page will have another update on all the scores at the sports desk.
Danico's been playing with a cast on his right hand for a fracture, extra padding on the outside of the glove, a couple of fingers that have been taped together, and he has played an extremely strong series. In fact, he got the assist in that last goal. Prior to that, he had 2 bone-jarring collisions with Joey Koser.
Messier put that puck off the side of the net. Shot by Graves. Save made by Terreri. Graves looking for a hat trick. Graves goes into the corner after the puck. Still alive. Graves comes loose with it. Back into the corner. Now it's Boschman. Final seconds, and the crowd beginning to rise to its feet. Boschman, long shot, wide of the net. That's it. Rangers got 3 goals in the first period. Devils got 1. Rangers got 3 more in the second, and the Devils got only 1. So at the end of 2, the Rangers lead the Devils 6-2. Chris Terrari has faced 21 shots, faced 8 in the second period, but the Rangers beat him for 3. And the Rangers head for the locker room with a big lead, but still 1 more big period to go. We'll be back.
New York Rangers lead the New Jersey Devils by a score of 6-2 at the end of 2 periods of play at Madison Square Garden. This is the 7th and deciding game of the Patrick Division semifinal series. Joining the studio is Scott Stevens, assistant captain of the New Jersey Devils. And Scott, you had a lot of opportunities early. Van Beesbroek came up with the saves, and the Rangers seemed to capitalize.
Yeah, we had some chances, and they came right back. And once on a break with Turcotte, and the other time a 2-on-1, and they scored. But I mean, other than that, we took a couple penalties, and they scored on the power play. They got some shots and some rebounds real quick, and that's been the difference in the game.
Did that post-game brawl, Game 6, provide any extra incentive for your club?
Well, we were excited, you know. We wanted to really wanted to come here and do what we could do. It was one game, and what else could you ask for, you know, after playing the top team in the league in the first round of the playoffs, and you take it to 7. I mean, it's quite an accomplishment, but we want to do a little more than that, and unfortunately right now we're behind the 8 ball. Does your club have the jump that you need tonight? I think at the start we did, but it was a little discouraging. A couple of goals they got right off the bat. Once after we had a great opportunity, they came back and scored, but that's part of the game, and you know, they're skating well and working hard tonight. What kind of series do you think this has been for New York metropolitan area hockey? It's been excellent hockey, I'll tell you. It's been exciting, good goaltending, and some nice goals. It's been a great series. Scott, your club has come back before in Madison Square Garden, so you got to believe that you can do it again. And if you are going to do it here in the third, not an easy undertaking. What do you have to do as a club? We're going to start pinching and start really being aggressive on the forecheck. Obviously, when you're down by 4 goals, you have to go after them and take some chances, and you can get in trouble that way because you're gambling and they might get a break on you. But it's something we have to do, and we have to go for the gamble right now and try to close the gap. Thanks for sharing time with us. Good luck in the third. Thank you. Scott Stevens of the New Jersey Devils. It seems as though Scott Stevens has been playing against the Rangers in the playoffs for so many years. He certainly did in Washington over the past couple of seasons as well. Rangers with a commanding lead at the end of 2. Bullet Bob Page at the sports desk when we come back. "20 minutes of hockey left, perhaps, in this series. Rangers lead the Devils by a score of 6-2. Rangers up by a score of 3-1 at the end of 1, and they duplicated that scoring effort in the second. They have a 4-goal lead, and right now let's check in at the MSG Sports Desk with the Bullet, Bob Page.
And Bruce, can you believe this? At Montreal now, in that 7th game of that series, they have just gone to the second intermission, and Hartford has tied the Canadiens by the score of 2-2. After Andrew Castles had cut a Montreal 2-0 lead to 2-1, here at the 4:24 mark of the second, Jeff Sanderson will convert Bobby Holig's pass out, beating Patrick Roy. Sacré bleu. Can you imagine what the crowd in Montreal must be saying at seeing this? Few Whalers fans on hand tonight for the game. At the Cap Center, we showed you earlier, Jaromir Jagr's goal, pass out from Lemieux. Pittsburgh still leading Washington 2-1. Now the third period has gotten underway. And in the 7th and deciding game of that Boston-Buffalo series, Pat LaFontaine got a shorthanded goal, 2:01 into the second period. He now has 8 markers in the postseason. The Sabres and the Bruins are tied 1-1 through 2 periods. I'll be back in just 60 seconds. The Knicks and Pistons are now at halftime of their game in Detroit. The Pistons must win to stay alive in the best-of-5 NBA playoff series. The contest being seen over our MSG2 service. It's Detroit 49, New York 39. Joe Dumars has been the story of this one. He had 17 points in the opening half. A whopping 28-4 Detroit run between the first and second quarters has given the Pistons their lead. That three-pointer by Dumars part of the run. Later in the second quarter, on the break, Dumars to Isaiah. No look pass to Dennis Rodman down low for two more. Detroit went up by 12, and again, they have a 10-point halftime lead. On our MSG3 service, the first time we have ever had to go to a third service to provide you live coverage of games in the New York area. The Yankees are losing to the Twins 3-2 in the seventh inning. At Atlanta, we are not doing the Mets game tonight. Sorry for that. The Mets are leading the Atlanta Braves by the score of 7-1 now in the top of the sixth inning. Mets had already scored 2 runs at the top of the fourth. Pitcher Anthony Young with the safety squeeze gets the bunt down. Look at Steve Avery misplay that one. Charlie O'Brien scores. He hit a 2-run homer later. And Dick Schofield scores all the way from first, put the Mets up at the time 4-0. Also in baseball tonight, Rickey Henderson has become the first man in Major League history to steal 1,000 bases in a career. We will rejoin Bruce Beck and Sam and J.D. coming up for the Rangers-Devils third period in just a moment.
Good interception by Wilkins. Showtime.
Welcome back to Madison Square Garden. Rangers with a 6-2 lead. Let's take a look at some highlights in the second period, brought to you by Minolta, creators of the world's most responsive SLR cameras, the new Maxim XI series. John, take a look at this goal by Adam Graves, made it 5-1.
It's an incredible line that gets it going here. Amonte, Graves, and Messier. Graves will move in and take care of Kasatonov, allowing Amonte to move in and get control of the puck behind the net. Well, actually, he gets hit behind the net. Graves picks Kasatonov. Amonte gets the puck. Amonte gets hit. Now, if we hold it again, let's look at Graves continue to hustle after holding up Kasatonov. Messier will circle this way, as the line never stops skating. Now, roll it again. Look at the hustle by Graves. Finds the loose puck, goes for it, gets it. Hold it again. Now, remember Messier? He came in behind the net. He'll go in here, get the puck, and then watch Graves go to the front of the net. Perfect coordination between all three forwards. Messier has the puck. He finds Graves. Amonte's there. The goal is scored as the three players just kept going. Motion, 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 and they scored.
Been part of the story for the Rangers, giving them the big lead as they head for the third period. We'll be right back.
Rangers lead it by a score of 6-2 at the end of 2 periods of play. And with Wayne Cashman, Rangers assistant coach. Wayne, do you slow the pace here in the third and play more defensive-minded?
No, our game plan has worked, and we want to continue on with it. We want to force New Jersey in their end, keep the game at our tempo, and just try to win this period. We've won 2 periods, and our ambition tonight is to win all 3 periods.
Anything said about the Devils' comeback in the last game?
We're playing tonight's game. Last game is all over, and in the stat, you don't even think about that. Just think about tonight's game.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
So the Rangers with 20 minutes to go, if they want to move on to the next round of the Stanley Cup playoffs, they lead it 6-2. Let's go to Sam Rosen and John Davidson.
Thanks, Bruce. We'll take a look at the second period scoring summary, brought to you by your New York, New Jersey GMC truck dealers. Messier with his 4th of the series at 1:40, made it 4-1. Graves with his 2nd of the game at 2:38, made it 5-1. Leach, a shorthanded goal at 13:34, made it 6-1. And then Bill Guerin scored at 18:49 to make it 6-2. Devils outshot the Rangers 14-8. They're out shooting the Rangers 24-21. Rangers are 2 for 2 on the power play. The Devils are 0 for 5 on the power play, and the Rangers with 2 shorthanded goals in the game.
I looked immediately to see if Claude Lemieux was out there. He starts on the right side with Stastny for the third period. Didn't see a lot of Lemieux in the last half of the second period. I don't know if he was injured, if there was a problem or whatever, but he's back for work.
Nemchinov, Erickson, Gartner, Patrick, and Hardy for the Rangers. Stastny, Lemieux, Seeger, Driver, and Stevens for the Devils. Stastny moves in. He's stood up by Hardy. Nemchinov takes the puck. Wheels away from Seeger. Comes right out in front. Fires to Erickson. Carreri waits for the puck. Keeps it going. And a whistle for a hand pass against the Rangers, stopping play. As Joe Murphy works on one of the sticks. Well, 7th game in the last 21 7th games. That's including the 2 last night over the last 5 seasons and 2 last night. The home team 17-4. That's an .810 winning percentage. Those home teams had only been .556 winning percentage in the previous 6 games in those series.
Overall, lifetime, 45-20.
Well, as Mark Messier said, no athlete, no team did not want to play that 7th game on home ice. And that's what they strive for. And thus far, to this point, it has worked in the Rangers' favor. And Chinov had it taken away by Claude Lemieux. The Rangers still have 19 minutes to go. They have the big 4-goal lead. Boom for Messier off his stick to Graves. He's joined by Gartner. Kasatonov clears the zone. Pass across to Lemieux. Long shot picked aside by Van Beesbrook. Boom. Back for the puck goes Bill Guerin. Guerin. Nice move by Kevin Todd, and he was slowed down by Graves. Guerin brings it across. Rangers take it back and clear the zone.
Rangers start the 3rd period playing Patrick and Hardy with the Messier line, which is not the usual unit of 5.
Through 2 periods, Messier had played 16 minutes. He played 8:55 in the 2nd period. Messier all the way, and then he's slowed down by Kasatonov. Messier back pass to Patrick. Patrick looks and shoots. Saves. Ferrari covers the puck. Amonte got knocked down on the play. 18:01 to go. James Patrick with 2 assists in the game. Played a strong game. I think perhaps his best of the series.
Yeah, you know, when you look at the 12 defensemen who have played the games through the series, actually 13 now with Albaline in, I still think the best pair, especially at even strength through the series, was Kasatonov and Fetisov. But with Fetisov out because of the foot injury, and remember, Fetisov only played 13 minutes in the last game. He missed a large portion of Game 6 with the injury. He skated this morning, went on the ice, off the ice, on the ice, off the ice, tried different things, took warm-up. Fetisov was on the ice for warm-up, but just couldn't handle it, and that's really disrupted the Devils defensively.
Turcotte against Stosny. Stevens moves it around to Eric Weinrich, who fires it down the ice, and this will be an icing. If Sorella beats Stosny to it, and he does. And the whistle stops play. 2:09 gone by in this 3rd period. Tommy McVie knows he is short on time.
He's not quitting here. I mean, he's double shifting the Stosny line. They started the period. Todd's line came on the ice for the 2nd shift. And now Stosny's line with Lemieux is right back out there. They have changed the left wingers. Before it was Seager, now it's Pat Conacher. And I don't know if Conacher's out there just as the extra centerman for the draw, if it's necessary, or if they're just double shifting 2 of the 3 players and leave Conacher as a defensive specialist on the line.
Turcotte with Broughton and King, Wells and Sorella for the Rangers. Stosny wins the faceoff. Stevens double teamed. Hits back on King. King keeps it alive and is taken away by Weinrich. Weinrich carrying, lost control.
Seager did come on the ice for Conacher. Conacher was out there as an extra man in case Stosny got thrown out of the faceoff circle.
Good work by King coming back to take the puck away and clear the zone. Weinrich. To Lemieux, who's had 6 shots on goal in the game. Seager, double team, comes back to Vilgrain. Across to Weinrich, down low, it's deflected by Nemchinov, and he goes to get it. Now to Erickson. Past Gartner. Shorsky picks it up. Knocked away by Nemchinov. Nemchinov weaves his way into the double zone. Then it's knocked away by Vilgrain. A little over 3 minutes gone by in the 3rd period. The puck shot into the Devils bench. Stopping play. 16:53 to go. 3rd period. Rangers leading 6-2. Rangers general manager Neil Smith to his right, assistant general manager Larry Plow. To Neil Smith's left, the assistant coaches John Cristiano in the 2nd row, and in the front row, Colin Campbell. 16:53 remaining in the 3rd period. It's the Rangers win, they will open up the second round, the Patrick Division Finals on home ice Sunday night. Boom moves it up the board, bounces out of the zone. Blocked. Messier brings it in. Graves goes down the middle. Messier pulls up. The driver takes the puck away. Then he loses to Graves and gets it back. Driver with the outlet pass. Zelapukin. Cross comes Boschman. He's checked by Boom, and Leach takes the puck. Brian Leach is +4 in the game. Coming in, he had been a -7. But a big game for Brian Leach. Danico lost it to Amati. His centering pass taken by Boschman. Zelapukin trying to find a way into the Rangers zone. He was slowed down by Graves. It's cleared by Hardy, and there goes Broughton for the puck. Knocked away. Fine play by Scott Stevens. 15:55 remaining in the third period. Correction, Brian Leach was -6 in the series coming into play tonight. There's a +4 tonight. I wanna misrepresent it.
Get it straight.
That's right. That puck is fired into the crowd from center ice by Chris King, and play stops.
Well, looks like if the Rangers hold on, there'll be one Broughton getting to the final 8. As you look at Paul's brother, Aaron, playing for Winnipeg. Winnipeg lost out in their 7th game with Vancouver. Neil playing for Minnesota. They lost to Detroit last night. So for Newell Broughton, the father who is in Roseau, Minnesota with the satellite dish watching, maybe one of them will be moving on. He was hoping for 3 brothers to be in the final 8. Wouldn't that have been
the
something?
other 2 came close.
They said, Paul, what'd your dad do? Go fishing all day, then head in to watch the hockey game on the dish? But nah, there's still ice on the lakes up there.
Wells sending it into the Devils zone. Stevens back for it. King forechecking. Kevin Todd leaves it for Stefan Richer. Richer winds up. Big shot is wide of the net. Broughton overskated and kicked away. Fired down the ice by Darren Turcotte. This will be an icing on the Rangers.
Through the first 5 minutes here in the third period, the Rangers rotating 3 lines and 3 sets of defense.
.06 remaining, third period. Rangers still leading 6-2. Tonight's overhead camera shots are being brought to you by the Upper Deck Company. Nobody does hockey like Upper Deck. Boston has gotten a goal from Steve Leach in the third period. They're leading Buffalo 2-1. Pat LaFontaine with a goal in each of the 7 games in that series. Shot by Richer, deflected wide. Kasatonov trying to keep it in. Richer does in the corner. Leach against Kevin Todd, and then Penoff and Richer working. Leach comes away with the puck. Sends out Gartner. Gartner brings it across. Gartner turns, working against Kasatonov. Drops it off for Erickson. Erickson and Kevin Todd. Gartner goes back to get it. Now for Erickson. Now Gartner again. This line has worked the boards very, very well. Like shot along the ice is stopped by Chris Terreri, and he holds on. 14:25 to go, third period.
Buffalo's tied it up. 2-2 now. Buffalo, Boston. Man, we've had some wild games. Hartford, Montreal 2-2. Buffalo, Boston 2-2. Pittsburgh 2-1 over Washington. And here the Rangers with a 4-goal lead. Last year the Devils in a 7th game with Pittsburgh were beaten, I believe, 4-0 in that game. Is that correct?
Yes.
Shut out.
That's right. They failed to close out the Penguins on home ice in Game 6, and then Pittsburgh won Game 7 in Pittsburgh.
You saw a shot of Robbie Fatorik, who was assistant coach beside Sean McVie. He led the Rangers 1 year in scoring, and that was way back in 1982. He had 11 points. The Rangers beat Philadelphia, then lost to the Islanders. Robbie Fatorik was the Rangers' leading scorer. Herb Brooks, by the way, on the road after his team was beaten out by the Rangers Farm Club in the American League. Herb Brooks scouting for the Devils throughout the playoffs. He was watching Washington and Pittsburgh.
Bob Foes has been scouting Washington and Pittsburgh. He's seen every game and has been reporting in on those games. Graves going in, taken out of the play by Weinrich. 14 minutes remaining in the third period. 6-2 Rangers. Getting 3 goals in each of the first 2 periods. 2 power play goals, 2 shorthanded goals, 2 even strength goals. Claude Lemieux. Save Van Beesbrook. 7 shots on goal for Lemieux. Toaster with the puck. Toaster sends it in wide of the net. Danico goes to get the puck. Cross for Stevens, who looked like he was heading to the bench for a change. Stevens sends it down the ice, and the Devils have called for icing the puck. 13:27 to go.
Rangers have only given up 2 shots here in the third period. We're just over 6.5 minutes in. And that's the key. This is the smartest, brightest defensive game the Rangers have played in this series at even strength. At even strength, in my opinion.
I think that
Not making the
Game 4 was a terrific game defensively, too. What do you think?
But Richter had to make some great saves in the second half of that game for the Rangers to go. And, in fact, midway through the game, remember the shot by Chorsky and then a rebound shot by Bill Graves?
Right.
The only Devils' real offense in this game, Sam, has been on their power play. At even strength, the Rangers have played a bright game. Lemieux was double-teamed that time by Graves and Bukaboom, finally knocking Lemieux down.
Bukaboom has done an excellent job in his own zone. Puck cleared out of the zone by the Devils. Rangers regain and send it back in. Bruce Driver looks up ice. Laurie Boschman. Wells with a good hit at the line on Zelapukin, allowing Storella clear ceiling to get the puck. Kept in by Driver. Long shot. Knocked down in front. Boschman couldn't play it. Chorsky's got it. Blocked by Turcotte. Groton clears the zone. 12:50 to go. Third period. Rangers 6, Devils 2. Zelapukin winds up, fakes the shot, moves in and shoots. Save Van Beesbrook, and he covers up. And Boschman was tangled up with Jay Wells. Rangers surround Boschman.
And Wells just skated away, too, keeping his temper in check and under control. Van Beesbrook gets another rebound. No rebound as a good shot was taken at him by Zelapukin.
12:42 to go in the third. See the Rangers on face-off. Look at John Van Beesbrook, who has made 26 saves on 28 shots on goal. Rangers have been very good on face-off tonight. Throughout the series, the Devils have had the edge.
Well, the Devils had won a lot of the big face-offs in the Rangers zone, and they had a lot of scoring chances off of winning face-offs. Tonight it's been a different story, even though Todd controlled this one over Adam Graves.
After the morning skate at Rye this morning, Roger Nielsen met with each of his lines individually. Here's Messier, drop to Lamonti, and he couldn't handle it. Puck cleared out of the zone by the Devils. Kevin Todd brings it across. Graves is there. Pass to Kasatonov. Drop to Richer. Save Van Beesbrook. And on top of the puck was Tony Amonte, and the whistle stops play.
Van Beesbrook has given the Rangers goaltending. They needed it. It was necessary, and he now gets an ovation from the fans here in Madison Square Garden, appreciating the fine play. Terreri was beaten often early. Van Beesbrook made key saves early, a major part of the difference. Richer gets a shot here. Richer has a powerful shot. This doesn't look like much, but it was powerful, and he can beat goaltenders from that spot. Van Beesbrook made the save. You were talking about Roger Nielsen meeting with the players.
He met with each line individually, brought the 3 players in and talked to them individually. Take a look at this shot again by Richer.
When Roger met with the players this morning, he went over situations with each line, what happens in the game. What will happen if this line does this, or if we get into this situation. What to do on this face-off. How to play with discipline. He went through all these different things with the players, with individual lines, and make sure that the players were alert and they digested the information.
Part of the preparation for this game. Backhander, save Van Beesbrook, score on the rebound, Claude Lemieux. That time the Devils did get a rebound, and Lemieux buried it with his 8th shot on goal, and the Devils have closed to 6-3.
Now remember,
12:05 remaining.
That's it. That's the magic number. There's 12:05 left here. A draw in the Rangers zone. Erickson can't get out. It's kept in the zone. And you'll see on the other side of the ice, look at Lemieux. He's all by himself. It's a backhand rebound that gets to Lemieux, and Lemieux was there quickly. 6-3, and the Rangers cannot afford at all to get careless.
Sent back in by Hardy. Murray stops the puck. Kasatonov moves it for Seeger. It was blocked by Nemchinov. Nemchinov trying to get it in front. Kasatonov took it away. Gartner going for it. Has it. Gartner on the move. Gartner around the net. Couldn't get a shot off. Devils come out. Claude Lemieux. Boy, it seems as if Claude Lemieux's been on the ice this entire period. Patrick moves it. It's blocked. Nemchinov in the corner. And the whistle stops play. Lemieux with his 4th of the series from Albaline and Stasny at 7:55. 11:24 to go in the third. Rangers leading 6-3. Remember, when you're having good times with friends, use good sense and drink responsibly. Please know when to say when. A reminder from Budweiser. Claude Lemieux, who's had an outstanding series, coming up with a goal to try and give his team a big boost here.
His 30th playoff goal in his 91st playoff game. When you think about what Montreal could do with a Claude Lemieux right now.
There is still time for the Devils. Driver has the puck. King forechecking. Now Broughton moves in. Rangers with 4 men in the neutral zone, sending 1 man into forecheck.
Stevens just took a penalty, and Broughton drew another one. Broughton drew another one in the offensive zone. Scott Stevens reacted. He knows it. He makes no effort at all to argue with the referee. The roughing's a call. And Broughton, it's amazing. That's the 6th time in the series he has drawn a penalty. This is previous to the penalty. Broughton with a good hit on Stevens. Stevens did not take the penalty on that play. This is the penalty. Broughton moves in, another hit. Stevens goes after him, and with the left hand, tries to punch at Broughton. That was enough for Marawelli, who was right over there watching.
A mistake by Scott Stevens. The agitator, Paul Broughton, draws the penalty. Stevens for roughing at 9:04. Rangers' 3rd power play of the game. They're 2 for 2 on the power play.
Even if the Rangers don't score on this power play, it still knocks 2 minutes off the clock that the Devils need badly.
Yeah.
10:56 remaining.
Broughton's happy with his work, as well he should be. Rangers have scored 7 power play goals in their last 11 chances. Messier, Amonte, and Graves, Leach, and Patrick for the power play. Chorsky, Conacher, Driver, and Danico, the Devils' penalty-killing unit, and the puck cleared out of the zone. 10:40 to go in the third. 6-3 Rangers. Patrick sending it in. Amonte gets to it. Rangers set up. Leach has the puck.
Respect Chorsky's speed with a penalty-killing role.
Leach. Now Amonte. Graves set up down low. Leach shoots. It's wide. It bounces in front. It's cleared aside by Danico. Amonte to Leach. Now to Patrick. Messier in the corner. Graves behind the net. On that last shot, Graves was knocked down. Something the Devils didn't do in the first period when the Rangers scored on the power play. Messier controlling, feeding Leach. Toward the net, blocked by Danico. Danico looking and sends out an open pass. Conacher on a breakaway. Conacher to the net. He fakes and he scores.
Oh, what an effort. What an effort. A shorthanded goal at 6-4, 9:50 remaining. These Devils refuse to die. Pat Conacher stayed up on the left side. Up high on the left wing position. The Rangers all got caught on the near side of the ice. Credit Conacher on this play. He gets hacked by James Patrick, yet he's able to knock the puck in past Van Beesbrook out of the air. Taps it and floats in and over the goal line. The Devils are in it at 6-4. Watch the Rangers collapse to this side. Everybody. Look how open Conacher is. What a pass. What a play. Patrick hacked at Conacher, and he's still able to beat Van Beesbrook. That's a brilliant play.
Oh,
the ex-Ranger puts another one on the board at 6-4, and this is one tight contest.
The Devils with the shorthanded goal. Rangers have had 2 in this game. That puck shot over the boards by Claude Lemieux. Rangers still have 49 seconds on their power play. There's still 9:45 to go in the third, and that 5-goal lead is down to 2.
I said respect the speed of Chorsky. I was talking about shorthanded situations, but it was Conacher who scored. Danico made the brilliant pass across with a hack, and Conacher able to put the puck up and over Van Beesbrook as it went off. It looked like the goal stick of Van Beesbrook. That's just a great play. Conacher stayed out of traffic. The puck found him, and away he went. And for McVee's team, they're not dying.
They have scored the last 3 goals. Leach tried to keep it in. It was across the line, offside Rangers. 45 seconds to go on the power play. We have another update at the MSG Sports Desk. Let's go to Bob Page.
Sam, if the Rangers hold on, they'll meet the defending Stanley Cup champions next. Final minute at Landover. New York native Joey Mullen gets the puck, rifles it into an empty net to give Pittsburgh a 3-1 victory over Washington. Back to you.
Unbelievable.
What a comeback. Thanks, Bob. What a comeback by the Penguins, down 3-1. They win the series. They become the 10th team to come back from 3-1 deficit. Vancouver and Detroit did it, winning last night, but Pittsburgh winning on the road.
Oh, in a tough building, and Tom Barrasso must have played well. And I'll tell you what, say what you want, Scotty Bowman, one of the all-time great coaches, gets it done.
Lemieux with a feed, shot, save, Van Beesbrook. Driver took the shot as the Devils were looking for their second shorthanded goal on this one power play by the Rangers.
Is this a familiar scenario? Remember the 8-5 game?
Game 5.
That's
it's
it.
all over again.
Deja vu all over again? Is that
Yogi. Hello, Yogi.
Here's the turnover right in the neutral zone. A pass that didn't click between Sorella and Turcotte. The Devils make sure they think offense as they trail by 2. And Van Beesbrook had to make the save.
6-4 Rangers. There's Driver had the chance. Conacher got the last goal, his first of the series from Danico at 10-10 to make it 6-4. The Devils getting a goal from Guerin at 18:49. Made it 6-2. Lemieux at 7:55 of this period made it 6-3. And now Conacher at 10-10 making it 6-4. And 9:11 still remaining, 14 seconds to go on the Rangers power play.
Problem down near Van Beesbrook's goal. Something has been thrown on the ice. And now it'll take an ice-length trip before it can be cleared up.
This program is authorized by Madison Square Garden Productions Incorporated solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any publication, rebroadcast, or the use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this event without the express written consent of Madison Square Garden Productions Incorporated is prohibited. Rangers with a 6-4 lead, but now some nervous moments as they await the resumption of play. We'll clean up on the ice. And on the Garden Vision scoreboard, they are showing the final seconds of the game in Washington. And it will be the Rangers and the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Well, that's really something.
If the Rangers hold on to win this game, of course.
Scotty Bowman changed their strategy midway through the series. Mario Lemieux got stronger, and they must have played some kind of a defensive game to win it 3-1 in Washington. Congratulations to the Penguins.
Well,
when you have the best player in the game, boy, they're tough to beat.
If the Devils win, they won't mind playing the Penguins either, because they played them very well, and they didn't play well against Washington either.
That's right. Washington had by far the best divisional record of any team. Turcotte was hoping to play tonight. I don't know if he did. He's having problems with a separated shoulder for the Penguins, and Turcotte took the morning skate, suggested he may play, but I don't know if he was able to. And won't it be tough for game 1 of the next round with the emotional first round between these two teams, the winner to go on to play Pittsburgh, who wins an emotional series in Washington. That'll be a tough way to get the series going on Sunday.
Caps general manager David Poyle was asked to assess Game 7. And he said at 10:30 tonight he'd know whether the Caps were zeros or heroes. And you know what they are now after dropping 3 in a row after being up 3-1. And 2 of those 3 were lost on home ice.
Let me tell you something. Pittsburgh, no Ken Reggett, he didn't play. Shell Samuelson's hurt. Turcotte was not scheduled to play. So those 3 players who came over in that big trade didn't play. Without Recchi and Coffey on top of that, they still won it.
Pretty long delay as something was thrown onto the ice requiring a major cleanup. Chris Terreri over by the bench doing a little stretching. We have 9:11 remaining in the third period. The Rangers, who once led 6-1, had seen that lead cut to 6-4. Remember in Game 5, they had a 5-0 lead. It was cut to 5-4, and then They led 6-5 before putting the Devils away in that one.
Rangers have been outscored 2-0 here in the third, and they've been outshot 9-3. That's why Terreri was doing back exercises to try and stay limber. But I was getting back to that Pittsburgh thing. Remember the big trade they made in February? They traded away Recchi and Coffey, got those other players back, and they go in and win with Reggett not playing, Shell Samuelson hurt, Taka not scheduled to play, and minus Recchi and Coffey, they still win.
I know there are a lot of players who contributed to it. There was one massive player. His name is Mario Lemieux. He is the best player in the National Hockey League. And he performed like the best player. He really showed some character and courage and leadership in leading the Penguins back to that 4-3 victory over the Washington Capitals. 3-1 the final tonight in Landover, Maryland.
Well, I wonder what this does to the momentum of the game. Tommy McVie has talked openly about the word momentum. He says you can't smell it, you can't see it, you can't taste it, you can't eat it, but it's always there. Now, the Devils had it going before this long delay. Will this give the Rangers a bit of a break, or will this slow the Devils down, or will this allow the Devils to rest their best offensive players like Richer and Lemieux and Stastny? It's interesting to see exactly, to try and analyze what will happen.
Robbie Ftorek, the assistant coach, looks like he's trying to keep his players up. Keep them charged up, keep them fired up for this comeback in the final minutes of this game.
The Rangers are doing what McVie says, he calls it smoking in a dynamite shed. That's asking for trouble. The Devils have come on. It's 6-4. There's 9:11 left here in the third period. Another defensive zone faceoff for the Rangers.
Rangers have 14 seconds remaining on their power play. The Devils have scored a shorthanded goal and had another good scoring chance. Boschman and Lemieux, Albaline and Kasatonov for the Devils. Graves takes the face-off. He's on with Amonte and Messier, Bukaboom and Leach. Boschman wins. Albaline shot deflects wide. Leach takes the puck. Messier clears to Amonte. Amonte against Kasatonov. Centers for Graves. He's tied up by Boschman. Amonte to Messier. Messier to Bukaboom. Teams at full strength. The shot saved. Terreri. Graves was tied up by Kasatonov. Lemieux coming down. Lemieux against Leach. Leach slows him down. Lemieux tied up. Leach tries to take it away. Lemieux pushes it forward. Graves takes down Lemieux. Pass to Kasatonov, taken away by Messier. 8:35 to go. Third period. 6-4. Rangers leading it. Kasatonov back for it. Pass hit the skate to Stastny. He didn't see it. Chance for Gartner. Shot it wide. Nemchinov against Seager. Nemchinov goes down. Kasatonov moves the puck. Now Driver. One hand to the head. Stopped by Hardy. Shot wide of the net. Kasatonov for it. Good forechecking once again by this line, but the Devils come out now. Seager plays it across. Nobody there. Chipped ahead by Gartner. He's ridden down on the play by Seager. Kasatonov has the puck. 8 minutes to go in the third period. Bill Guerin moving across. Hardy is there. Guerin picks up speed. Pulls up, falls down. Bukaboom backhands it over the board. They have deflected off Peter Stastny's stick into the crowd. And play stopped.
And Dan Maruelli points to the Rangers zone for the next face-off. 7:48 remaining. 33-26 the shot in favor of New Jersey. Devils make a change. Rangers put out Randy Gillen again for the defensive draw on the near side of Van Beesbrook.
Mark Messier, as we mentioned, playing time 20 minutes, 10 seconds tonight. Leach has played 24.5 minutes.
Scott Stevens now out on right defense as he's playing both sides. The Devils trying to play their best players as much as possible.
Gillen for the faceoff. Todd is chased. Guerin comes in. Guerin, Todd, Richer, Driver, and Stevens. Rangers with Gillen, King, and Broughton. Gillen wins the faceoff. Bukaboom to the puck. Backhands it out of the zone. Driver coming back. Icing called on the Rangers.
On that play, it's interesting. The puck was dumped out of the zone. Scott Stevens made a good play knocking down Chris King. or Chris King would have gotten to the puck and perhaps negated the icing. Les Stevens did the right thing. Knocked down Chris King with the hip check. As the Rangers, Gillen wins the draw, and then he has to hold up Todd as Todd goes for it. Now watch Boom dump it out. Watch King. Boom. He gets knocked down by Stevens, and then Driver makes sure that he times the puck going over the goal line before he gets to it to make sure it's another icing call. Guerin goes off. The Devils put out Stastny. They have two centermen on the ice now, along with Richer. There's lots of offense for the Devils on every offensive zone face-off for their hockey club.
Rangers led 3-1 end of the first, 6-2 end of the second. The Devils had scored 2 here in the third. It's 6-4. Gillen and Stastny. Stastny wins. Stevens tied up by King. Kept in by Richer. Richer down the boards. Taken away by King. King comes out. Leach made a good play on Richer. In the defensive zone. King brings it in. Driver is there. King carries around the net. Goes down. And Driver takes the puck. Across for Richer. Boom breaks it up. Broughton sends it into the Devils zone. A bouncer that's stopped by Terreri. Driver heads up ice. Messier on with Amonte. Amonte forces Stevens back. Devils changing. Fans roaring. Too many men on the ice.
They got 6 players past Terreri right now.
Too many men on the ice. A bad penalty with 6:59 to go.
They actually had too many men on the ice. Right now, there's 6 skaters and Terreri. Tommy McVie knows it.
Bruce Beck back in Madison Square Garden. Delay a couple of moments ago was caused by a bunch of BBs being thrown on the ice. Those BBs melt into the ice and can cause danger to the skater. Hence, they cleaned it up completely before play resumed. Let's go back to Sam and J.D.
Thanks, Bruce. And you can read Tommy McVie's face. He's upset with this change.
Just count the Devil players that end up on the ice. 1, 2 as Richer is getting off. We see 4, 5. The goalie's 6, 7. Another one comes into view. That was for a long period of time. You know, the Devils only took 4 bench minor penalties all season long. And this, a big one. Remember, though, short-handed goal the last time the Rangers had a power play.
Jaworski, 6 save Van Beesbrook. Good rush by Jaworski, showing his speed. Stevens moving down with the puck. Conacher trying to get in front is taken down. And Patrick comes away with it. Amonte went down. A rolling block to block Conacher. Danico going for it. Graves negates what would have been an icing. Good hustle by Adam Graves. Messier's got it. Now Amonte. This is the Rangers' 4th power play. They're 2 for 3. Amonte moving. 6-4 Rangers, 6:15 to go in the third. The penalty, too many men on the ice at 13:01. Amonte's back pass is out of the zone. 6 minutes to go in the third. Leach comes in. He shoots, save Terreri. Driver fires it. Lemieux tried to knock it down at the red line. And Beesbrook leaves it for Sorella. Saw Lemieux on with Laurie Boschman. Kasatonov and Driver. Sorella looking. Drives it around the board. Past Terreri. Turcotte is there. Couldn't sweep it in front. Turcotte with Gartner and Nemchinov. Nemchinov back to Sorella. Sorella looking, feeds Leach. Lemieux is out on him. Now Sorella. Down to Turcotte. Turcotte looking, shooting, score! Darren Turcotte. It's a power play goal. And it's 7-4 Rangers.
Darren Turcotte had a bad wrist. He's not wearing a brace on it or anything. And what a rocket this was. Mike Gartner stands in front. He does the job. Terreri just doesn't see it. Mike Gartner's 3 feet above the goal crease. It's a great screen. Look at Terreri. He'll try and get rid of Gartner. There's a slash. Terreri's not big, so he's got to stand up to look around Gartner. There's another little jab. Another push. Now he gets into position. He doesn't see it. Mike Gartner gets it done. And Turcotte puts it through the screen. 3 different players screen Terreri. The Rangers score another one on the power play.
Oh, baby.
And they now enjoy a 3-goal lead.
8 power play goals for the Rangers in the last 3 games. 3 tonight. 3 for 4 on the power play, 2 shorthanded goals. Rangers 7-4 lead. Kevin Todd lost it to Hardy. King takes the hit, moves it down the ice. Albaline has the puck. 5 minutes to go in the third. 7-4 Rangers. They've credited Gartner with the goal. They've given credit to the goal of Mike Gartner. Apparently ruled that he deflected it in. Turcotte getting the assist. Kevin Todd pulls up with the puck. Played across, blocked by Erickson. He's looking for Gartner. Gartner on a breakaway. It's a two-line pass. It's a two-line pass. 4:39 to go. And the Rangers leading 7-4. The Devils are down by 3 with 4:39 to go. Gartner has been given the goal, his second of the game, and his 7th of the series, and that is a Rangers team record for most goals in a playoff series. 7. Claude Lemieux to the puck. Bookeboom holds him up. Stosny turns. He's tied up. Now Seeger works against Bookeboom. Centering pass tipped by Leach. Kept in by Driver. 4:20 to go. Gartner from Turcotte and Sorella at 14:36. Giving the Rangers the 3-goal lead. Their 3rd power play goal of the game. Messier with a bump on Driver. Lemieux looking for the puck. Messier plays it across.
We're seeing Roger Nielsen put Joe Koster on right wing in place of a Monty every once in a while to rest a Monty, get Koster in the lineup, and add a little toughness out there for the game winding down.
Less than 4 minutes to go. The chance of Let's Go Rangers goes up. Patrick sends it across. 3:45 to go. Messier against Driver. Driver takes it away. Koster sends it in deep. 3.5 minutes to go. Claude Lemieux lost control. Koster. Puck deflected off of Stevens. Lemieux lifts it into the Rangers zone. Sorella takes it. Fell down. Able to get it out of the zone. Offside Devils. Nope. It was negated. The Rangers had cleared it out. Here's Broughton moving down against Kasatonov. And the fans getting into it with just under 3 minutes to go. Boschman shoots. Save Van Beesbrook. He covers, and the fans roar their approval.
Conor McVeigh not showing any move yet to pull Chris Terreri. 7-4 with 2:51 remaining. He may now, with an offensive zone face-off, take that chance. He went down and he talked to Robbie Fatorik, and does not look like he'll make the move.
Messier moving to music.
See, what people have to understand with Mark Messier is you watch a game and he may get a goal, make it 2 goals, make it no goals, make it 6, who knows? But people don't understand what he means to a hockey club in the locker room during situations where big games are in order. He's got the experience and people believe in him, especially if he's on your team.
They have now given the goal to Darren Turcotte. As we called it earlier, it is Darren Turcotte's goal, the power play goal. Turcotte, second of the game. He had a shorthanded goal, the first goal of the night for the Rangers. Tommy McVeigh exhorting his players for an all-out effort in the final 2:51 of this third period. It's Turcotte from Sorella and Leach at 14:36. The scoring on the goal. Leach with a goal and 2 assists in this game.
Sorella getting an assist. Remember, Sorella assisted on a goal by John McClain that put the Devils in the playoffs in a game in Chicago and knocked the Rangers out.
Say this for the Devils.
Yes.
What a performance, what an effort in this series without John McClain, without Patrick Sundstrom, 2 of their foremost forwards, and then losing Kasatonov in the last game of the series. No backup, no
Fetisov.
number one, losing Fetisov, and Billington, the regular backup goaltender, not there.
They
to
played,
perhaps spell Terreri.
Played with a lot of guts. They pulled their goaltender now. 6 attackers on the ice for the Devils here. Stastny will take the draw. Drivers on the ice. Stevens, Lemieux, Riche, Stasi, and I think that's Guerin over there. So the Devils going all out. There's 2:51 remaining. Terreri is on the bench. And these people are having a good time, aren't they?
Another home team came through. Boston beating Buffalo 3-2.
A goal by Reed wins it.
And Buffalo has never beaten Boston in the playoffs. The Bruins win the series in 7. The puck out of the zone. 6 skaters on for the Devils. With 2:45 to go. Leach lifts it ahead. Gorski's got it. Gosney feeding across. Offside whistle on the play. 2:36 to go. Scott Stevens in his first year with the New Jersey Devils, and what a leader throughout the season. And they missed him down the stretch when he got hurt. That period of time when he was out. Graves with a big game. 2 goals and an assist. Brian Leach a goal and 2 assists. Darren Turcotte with 2 goals. The Rangers 3 for 4 on the power play. 2 shorthanded goals by Turcotte and Leach. Messier with a goal and an assist in the game, and James Patrick 2 assists.
Terreri's on the ice with a neutral zone face-off, and he'll go to the bench once the Devils get the puck into the offensive zone, which will be right now.
Leach,
as is an icing call against the Rangers.
Leach trying to dump it in softly, hoping to get it on net, but winds up an icing. 2:26 to go.
Rangers power play came alive. A couple of bad penalties in this game hurt Tommy McVee's club. Rangers 8 for 13, 8 for their last 13 on the power play in this series, and that could make, wow, you know, any coach just turn around and say, what happened?
Fans on their feet at Madison Square Garden. The Devils' net is empty. What a series this has been. What a series they had between Pittsburgh and Washington, with Pittsburgh winning 3-1 tonight in Landover to take the series in 7. Leach sends it around. All the way down it goes. No icing. Chases on. King and Driver for the puck. King lost his stick. Up the boards and out of the zone. Sent in by Chorsky. Van Beesbrook plays the puck. Sent around by Bukabov. All the way down toward the empty net. Hit the outside of the net. Icing the call with 2:02 to go.
You know, I thought the puck went through the goal crease on that play. And it still is icing when the team has pulled a goaltender. If the puck goes through the goal crease, it's still icing. Remember that now. So face-off back in the Rangers zone. Rangers had to control the boards twice as the Devils dumped the puck in, which they did. And you look at most valuable players in a series for the Rangers, that man, outstanding. He's been criticized by many people for a lack of performance in the playoffs. And Mike Gartner, along with his line mates, Nemchinov and Eriksson, have had an outstanding series.
You have to take away that record. Mike Gartner falls back into a tie with Bruce McGregor for most goals in a playoff series for a Ranger with 6. Turcotte got credit for that last goal. Graves and Stasi for the faceoff. 6 skaters for the Devils. 2:02 left. 7-4 Rangers. At the point, Riche shoots. Save Van Beesbrook. Graves lifts it. Kept in by Riche. Cleared out by Patrick. Here goes Messier to the empty net. He shoots. He scores.
Interesting to watch the face-off. Stasi and Graves. The 2 players didn't want to put their sticks on the ice. And when New Jersey controlled the face-off, Graves just grabbed a hold of Stasi's stick. Stasi couldn't get to the puck. The 2 players battled. Now watch Graves hold the stick of Stasi. He's holding it. He's still holding it. Lets it go, and he dumps the puck out. Graves will get an assist, I think, as he dumps it out there. Messier just wheels away, and this series is over. The Rangers and Penguins will meet for the divisional final, and wow, this has been a great one. That'll be a great one.
The number 1 team in the NHL in the regular season will take on the defending Stanley Cup champion Pittsburgh Penguins beginning Sunday night here at Madison Square Garden as the Rangers have come through and for the first time in the history of the franchise, won a 7th game. The first time a 7th game had ever been played here at Madison Square Garden. And the Rangers rising up.
They stand the experience of Graves, Messier, and Boom, and all their winning tradition that they brought with them to the Rangers showed in this game. Adam Graves had a great game. Gillen winning faceoff.
Gillen 2. 1:15 away. Weinrich has the puck. The Devils made a valiant comeback, but it falls short. Down the slot, Tallies. One more save for Van Beesbroek with 1 minute to go. 33 saves in the game for John Van Beesbroek.
Looks like things will end in a peaceful fashion, which I would enjoy immensely. Roger Nielsen now 2-0 in the 7th game of a series throughout his coaching career.
His team was ready. Rangers had 2 huge games, I felt, in this series, John. Game 4, when they down 2 games to 1, and they came up with a brilliant defensive game. Great goaltending from Mike Richter. Tonight, the entire team was ready. They got the good goaltending early from Van Beesbroek. They scored big goals, and boy, did the power play ever come through.
Oh, yeah. In the second half of this series in particular, Joey Koster on the ice as he normally is at the end of a game. The Rangers, home or away, they like to play bigger players so smaller players don't get bumped as they look ahead.
35 seconds of the chance of Beezer. Beezer goes up for John Van Beesbroek. .25 seconds to go. Wells takes it out of the crease, winds it around the boards with 20 seconds to go. The Rangers clear the zone. There's the time. The final seconds tick off. The Rangers win.
Congratulations to Roger Nielsen, his coaching staff, Neil Smith, the management team, and to the Rangers. Congratulations to the Devils and their management and their players as they were involved in what was a great series.
This was couldn't say it any better, John. Exactly what you said. Chris Terreri, a valiant effort. Tommy McVie did a great job this year with the Devils. You can see the disappointment on his face. He took his team a long way. And as I mentioned earlier, they missed a couple of outstanding players. Tommy McVie and Wayne Cashman. And Tommy goes over to find Roger Nielsen.
A couple of war horses right there. Players shaking hands. Claude Lemieux had a great series. He shakes hands with everybody. Scott Stevens, Chris Terreri, Adam Graves, many players on these 2 teams. Delabukin and Nemchinov just embraced as they had their separate ways. Tremendous series. I think the fans were winners in this one on both sides of the Hudson.
What a series. Boy, as this rivalry, look at this. They fought in the last game. At the end of the last game, Graves and Lemieux, they acknowledged respect for one another. The Rangers head off the ice as victors. And boy, as this rivalry just increased a couple of dimensions with a tremendous series. And the Rangers win Game 7, as they have done throughout the season, coming up with the big games when they needed it the most.
Rangers had to beat Montreal during the regular season to embrace first place. They had to beat the Devils in Game 4 in a must game in this series, and they had to win Game 7. Rangers getting rid of some of those ghosts It's a long ways to go, but some of them are leaving. A celebration there.
Well deserved. He's the third star of the game. Darren Turcotte coming back from a sore wrist. It still hurts, but he came up with 2 goals. And Adam Graves. Man, oh man, what a player. He has really given something to the Rangers. Tremendous heart and tremendous leadership. The Rangers win 8-4. Bruce Beck is standing by with the player of the game, Adam Graves. Bruce, take it away.
Thank you, Sam. I'm down in the studio with Rangers coach Roger Nielsen as the Rangers win the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Roger, did you ever expect a 7-game war from New Jersey?
Well, in our division, you expect anything, and we knew it was going to be long and tough. And let's face it, when we were down 2-1, we'd have been happy to get into a 7th game. And even tonight, when it looked like we had them put away 6-1, all of a sudden you look up and it's 6-4. They're a gritty team, and they Tommy McVie and Robbie Stork deserve a lot of credit. They just kept that team fighting.
You went to John Van Beesbrook tonight. What prompted the decision?
Well, I don't think that was too tough a decision, really. Johnny played the first 2 games, and then after we got beaten, Mike went in, and we got to the 6th game there, and he'd won 2 in a row. We felt we should stay with him, and then when it ended up 7th game, who better for a 7th game than Johnny? You know, he can handle a pressure, and he came through in great style.
A sense of relief following this win tonight?
Well, yeah, you know what the first round is like. We all knew it was going to be tough, and look at these other teams, too. Hartford battling with Montreal, and that first round, it doesn't matter whether it's 1-20, it's tough, and we're real glad to get out of there. The Devils gave us more than we'd bargained for.
Speaking of the first round, you said before the series began that you talked to Cliff Fletcher, who assembled that team, the 1989 Stanley Cup championship team in Calgary. He told you for a good team, the key round is the first round. If you get your confidence, you can carry it through. Do you have the confidence, and can you carry it through?
Well, when you win a 7th game, it gives your team a huge lift, and I'm sure the team will be ready. It's going to be a great series with Pittsburgh. Whether it was Pittsburgh or Washington, you can probably expect 7 again. So this is where the Stanley Cup might be decided, right in the Patrick division.
Finally, are you preparing for Pittsburgh as we speak? Did you do some work during the week? I mean, when do you begin this full preparation?
We, as coaches, know. We've had some people doing some work on it. Bob Fro's been scouting it thoroughly, and we've been putting tapes together on their penalty killing and power play. But the coaches haven't done any of that. You can't do that during a series. You got to have all your mind going on the one team. But it's going to be a long night.
Congratulations. This series was all about survival, and you survived it. Good luck in the next round.
Thank you, Bruce.
Rangers coach Roger Nielsen. The Rangers have advanced. They knock off the New Jersey Devils at the Garden and win Game 7 for the first time in franchise history. It's all over at Madison Square Garden. The Rangers break the hex for the first time in franchise history. They win a 7th and deciding game of a Stanley Cup playoff series. The Avian Natural Spring Water player of the game is Adam Graves, who finishes the night with 2 goals and 2 assists for the New York Rangers, and Adam Graves joins us in the studio now. Well, no matter how big of a lead the Rangers get in this series, the Devils always seem to become charging back. Were you getting a little nervous out there?
Well, you can never sit back, especially against them. They have an excellent team, and you know they're an excellent team when they never give up, and they've given us a tough go throughout the series, and I think it could have gone either way. You know, they have nothing to hold their hands about, and we've gained a lot of respect for them, and they're just a team that's going to continue to, improve every year, and you'll see them next year, and they'll do well again.
Do the Rangers have to be challenged, pressed to the limit in order to put forth their best?
Well, I think obviously in a series like this, we knew it was going to be tough. I mean, you look at the Devils, and they came 5th or 6th overall in the league, and up until they had a few injuries late in the season, they were only 2 or 3 points behind themselves in Washington and a big bunch. So, they were, they're a top team in the league, and we were fortunate to come out of the series with a win. And obviously, when you go into a series, you don't set any, particular timetable on how you're going to win. You just, put the bottom line. You want to win, and we were fortunate because they have a hell of a hockey team.
I get the feeling from a lot of the Rangers, at least going into this game, that this would not be enough to satisfy a season, that this is just the first step in a long road to trying to annex the Stanley Cup. Do you feel that way?
Most definitely, yeah. Anything that's worth attaining is never easy, and there's nothing better than winning a Stanley Cup. So, we know what we have to do, and it's not going to get any easier. I mean, Pittsburgh Penguins are defending Stanley Cup champions, and that's always the toughest team to beat. So we're going to have to get as much rest as we can tomorrow and be prepared to play one hell of a game on Sunday night.
Back to work tomorrow. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you very much.
Adam Graves with 4 points in the game, had a marvelous series, and a key reason why the Rangers won it in 7. Guests will receive a Be My Guest restaurant certificate from American Express. Be My Guest restaurant certificate's a tasteful gift for any occasion. Give your friends and family a unique dining experience at any restaurant they choose in the U.S. and Canada that welcomes the American Express card. Call 1-800-535-GIFT or visit a participating American Express travel office in the New York metropolitan area. So the Rangers up 6-2 at the end of 2. Hold on to beat the Devils 8-4. And there's the handshake. Lots of respect. Graves and Lemieux.
Welcome back to Madison Square Garden. We'll take a look at the goal of the game brought to you by Budweiser, the king of beers with that clean, crisp, cold taste. Nothing beats the Bud. Take a look at the shorthanded goal by Brian Leach.
Just a play in which the Rangers got to break the puck off the goalpost, and boom, Rangers head up ice. Leach reads that the Devils are trapped. Kasatonov is down. He drives to the net, and Nemchinov saw Brian Leach put a perfect pass in behind Leach, so Leach could use the forehand on the offside of the ice. Brilliant pass by Nemchinov. Leach for the shorthanded goal.
It came in the second period. It gave the Rangers a 6-2 lead on their way to the 8-4 win. We'll be right back.